Welcome to Levels of Geeks Live, bringing you the latest topics in cinema, plus jokes, interactions, and more. Your home to all things entertainment. And now your host of Levels of Geeks Live, Alex and Friends.
Welcome everyone to a brand new episode. I'm your host Alex Figueroa, and my co-host is...
I am the black version of David from Flicks Talk. No, this is Elliott here from Movie Files. What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, man. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, man. Long time no see, man. We just saw each other the other day and talking more DC today, man. So I'm glad to be here, man.
Yeah, so tell everybody about your channel before we start.
Yeah, man. Well, again, this is, we've been linked up for the past year or so, man. It's always an honor to come on here on Levels of Geek and communicate with the awesome community you've built, man. But yeah, guys, you can find me here on YouTube at Movie Files, talking about the latest movies, TV shows, having discussions about movies and shows and all that fun stuff. So check me out at Movie Files here on YouTube.
Yeah, guys, so anything Levels of Geeks, you know how we do here. Starting Friday, the Horror Files is back at 11 o'clock p.m. Me and Ralph is going to do some investigations. This time, we're going to cover female directors in horror movies. Ooh. So we're going to tap into and give love to those female directors that you guys have no idea about. Yeah. We're going to shine a light on them, and then we're going to have fun. So that's the investigation we're doing this week. And then, of course, this Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning, Good Morning Gotham returns with the first 6 chapters of Batman Hush. We're gonna discuss a little bit more of the Zack Snyder version of Justice League. You get to hear Jimmy, my co-host's point of view of the movie, and we're gonna talk about a little bit of new stuff that we're gonna add because you'll see what I mean. We will talk about it. I don't want to bring it up. It's good for him to bring it up because it was his idea. But we have a lot of fun laughs and stuff with that. It's going to start at 9 o'clock this week only, because I got to get my COVID shot. So I got to be there. So I got to push the show back a few 2 hours back so I could run to my Rite Aid CVS and get the shot. You know how it is.
Nice.
You got to get it right on time. So I need the second shot. So with that said, let's have some fun. Tonight is all about the world of DC.
DC, baby.
Yeah, it's we have to shine some light on this and at least a positive. At least we got a movie that's been good, has not been trending downward on the release.
Well received. Yeah.
So with that said, I was inspired by Batman, right? Because Ben Affleck gave crazy speech.
Gotta have faith.
You gotta have faith. But with that said, let me first give all the shout outs to all the Patreons that support the channel first. With that said, Pablo LaFrosia, thank you so much. Jonathan McCoy, Priscilla Vasquez, Charles Woods, I'll Buy the Popcorn, Stephanie, Jay Manley, Becklich, Robert Makes the Cut, and Kevin, thank you so much for donating to the Patreon for Levels of Geeks. And now, everybody that's with us live. Unboxing, of course. Jay Manley, Whack a Butcher, Tony Movie, Chappie, Ralph from Horror and Coffee, Jose, Pablo LaFrosia, BX Lenny, my co-host for Good Morning Gotham. He's in the house. Robert Makes the Cut is here. I'm trying to see, is there anybody else? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, Surfing Through Cinema, how you doing? And of course, if you guys are not putting your comments down below, thank you so much for watching us. So it's a privilege to entertain you guys 5 times a week now.
The Sports Center of entertainment.
Yeah, pretty much, you know what I mean? So with that said, I got some cool news I'll say at the end of the show. We got another person that I know, Elliott, I don't know if you catch this show, but I did a collector's round table.
I did.
And it's something that people liked, and a lot of people were commenting saying they enjoyed it, and someone I asked them and they wanted to be on it. They're gonna, this time it's not a figures collector. This time it's a movie collector. So for those of you guys, they're gonna show off their collection, and we're gonna talk and deep dive talk. No cinema news, no nothing. It's an interview based style of interview. Like I said, I would like to keep all the Levels of Geek shows unique, different, not the same thing throughout the night. You know what I mean? Like throughout the shows, you don't want the same type of topic. And then people go, oh, it's the same. No, you want a unique.
Gotta keep it fresh. Yeah,
that's right. You want that fresh fruits. All right, so with that said, David, where is David? David today is on AJ Reacts 2. He's a guest there. So with that, I reached out to Elliott, and I said, dude, tonight we're going to do some DC rankings. Because this is the person that I really wanted to reveal my DC rankings with, because I have not done it on this channel. I have not done my DCEU rankings at all. Yeah. So I was like, it was time. I had to bring out the big guns here. So with that said, like I said before, I was inspired by Batman, and it's time for me to give my speech. Because my wife was like, wait a minute, you've been talking a lot of Batman and Justice League. And I said, whoa. And then the music kicked in, and this is exactly what I told her. I went like this.
Let's hear it.
I went just like this. I don't care how many DC reviews rankings they saw from other creators. They never seen one like this before. They never saw our thoughts unite. United. That's all I got, really, because then she yelled at me. She was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Thank you. That was my Batman-inspired speech of us reviewers. Yes, you know what? There was thousands of reviews, but guess what? Yeah. Like Batman said, you never seen one like this between me and Elliott united for this one night to bring it to you guys. So with that said, let's have some fun. This first half of the show, there's more people coming in. Wow, Candace Cinema, thank you so much for joining.
Amanda, what's up, Amanda?
Oh yeah, Amanda, how you doing? So the first half, we're gonna break down all 10 movies for you guys. And the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna start off. Of course, we're gonna start off with Zack Snyder's 2013 Man of Steel. Let me just bring up the photo. There we go. Man of Steel. If you guys could drop everything you want to do. Me and Elliott is going to try to get to it as quick as possible. But we're going to tackle Man of Steel. So with that said, EC, what was your first initial reaction when you saw Man of Steel for the first time?
Man, so this is 2013. And just a little history of me, man. I'm not the world's biggest Superman fan growing up. I'm more of a Batman fan, and in the DC world, Flash and Wonder Woman were kind of my go-to characters. But when it came to Superman, he just didn't work for me, man. And this is no disrespect to Christopher Reeves, which I actually love that film. The older I've gotten, the more I've appreciated that. But going into this, man, it was more or less the thing that sold me was Zack Snyder. At this point in time, I think I only saw Henry Cavill in like one other film, which was some Greek god type of movie. And I think he was on Tudors or some show in the UK. So I wasn't really too familiar with Henry Cavill. I was more interested in from the creator of 300 and Dawn of the Dead, and executive produced by Christopher Nolan. So that was really what kind of sold me. Again, it wasn't the IP of Superman because I wasn't the biggest fan. So going into it, a little kind of like, okay, let's see what Zack Snyder could do with this IP of this character I'm not, the more too fond of. I walked out beyond impressed. Now, I wasn't as high regarded as I consider it now, but when I saw him, like, okay, this is a different telling than the Superman that I kind of knew up in the comics, and even the Christopher Reeves version. It's a little bit more grounded. It's a little more placed in reality. If this alien from another planet came down to the Earth, how the world would react to them. And of course, the performances by Henry Cavill, my favorite Superman to date, as well as, Michael Shannon as Zod. So I have nothing, and when we get to our rankings a little bit later, I have nothing but great things to say about this film. It's kind of aged like fine wine. The longer it's been out, the more I've appreciated it, the nuances, the decisions made, and it's a different take, man. We'll talk about Zack Snyder later, man, but he said something a couple weeks ago where his take on these characters is just like any comic. There's different iterations of the character. This isn't the traditional Superman, Boy Scout, Scout of Honor type of character. He's a little bit more, there's anxiety, there's a little bit of angst, there's a little bit of confusion. He doesn't have his, his guidance from his father in regards to, everyone they lost on Krypton. So I'm a big fan of this film, man. Like I said, as the years have went by, this film is just getting better and better and better, and I love Man of Steel.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. When I saw it, I was just like you. Because in the theater, my jaw dropped when they destroyed Metropolis. I was like, what the hell are we seeing here? Because, we all used to him taking the fight outer space or nowhere near civilians. But we got to be like, wait a minute. We got to go back and go, wait a minute. This is a new take on the character. They're not going to go by traditional comic books. And I was like you. I was like, yeah, it's okay. Henry Cavill, though, I was like, that's my man. I was like, you got to keep banking on this dude. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're absolutely right on another thing is the fact that I saw this prior to Zack Snyder's Justice League, which we're going to tackle. It's the 10th film of the entire universe. So we're going to tackle that. And I rewatched it. It's been a long time since I rewatched it, And let me just tell you, it is a fantastic movie. Like
It's
once
great,
you,
man.
yeah, you're absolutely right. It does age very well. There's a lot of superhero movies that don't, but this one absolutely does. And that's what shocked me when I went back to rewatch it. Like I got really close to it's just weird. I got really attached to Russell Crowe. I was like, wait a minute, I'm in love with this dude as a dad. I ain't gonna lie, I got really attached to him. I was like, yo, this is really good. And General Zod, I was really into him. I was like, man,
I will find you.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that joint. He was like, just tell me where the codex is and I will let you go. And I was like, I love you, man. I was like, you.
And he had a mission, man. He actually had a little bit of resonance. You always talk about good villains, man. You fell for Zod in a sense, right?
Yeah.
He lost his whole nation. He's the defense. He's the head of defense of Krypton, and his whole world is dissipated. So now he has to kind of recreate it. I mean, he has to bring it back, man. So I definitely love Zod, man, and also just his crew.
Yes, that's what I was gonna
come
say.
on, man. The action in this film is ridiculous.
And I love the fact with this movie. Each of them had their unique Kryptonian fighting style.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? What I mean, like even Jor-El. I mean, his father had his own. He was just a brute like his son, but he had more finesse in the ass whipping, if you want to say, because he whooped General Zod. He whooped General Zod quick. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, that's pretty cool. But I love that about this movie. One thing, my only nitpick, and we could go around the nitpicks. A lot of people want me to show off a lot of the steel books that I own for these movies, so I will do that for you guys. I will pull out the Man of Steel book so Elliott can see it, and then he could judge it if he likes it. But Elliott is not a movie collector. He's a digital. He likes to be compact, so he's not. But he'll grade it and see if it's good or bad. Nitpicks. The only thing is, and I kind of realized this. I'm like, wait a minute. Why did his father never put a combat crystal in the damn pod? Like, he didn't teach his son how to fight. Like, why did he put everything else except how to fight like a Kryptonian? Like, you understand what I mean? Like the Matrix, like, I'm going to put this and this is the way we fought.
Upload them with all the,
Yeah,
the
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than that, he didn't put none of that. He was like, you're going to learn how to fight from scratch. Like,
hey, man, I mean, it speaks to the character growth, man. He never kind of, again, it speaks to his lack of father and that guidance there. And, obviously he's not the most skilled fighter when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, but, maybe his dad never thought that he would have to come to blows with, people on Earth. Because if they do come to blows with him, we know who's going to win that fight. But
yeah, so that's pretty cool. You got any nitpicks for the movie? Something that you like, every time you see it, you go, oh, man, this part always gets me, man.
It's not necessarily a part. It's more or less decisions of like, do I like this moment or not? A couple things come to mind, which is the death of Jonathan Kent, Paul Kent, in regards to him, stopping the tornado and not saving his dad, and just thinking in the head, like, obviously Superman could have saved him in a nanosecond, but it's just, as time went by, you just got to remember what Paul Kent instilled in, Clark Kent in regards to never revealing these superpowers, because once you do that, son, the world will never be the same. So understanding that, but just knowing that, going back to the original Superman in 1978, his father died due to a heart attack, and there's nothing that Superman could have done, right? No. But in regards to like earthly things that could have been, he couldn't have stopped the tornado from happening, but he could have saved his dad. But again, what would have been the ramifications of him doing that? He wouldn't have been prepared for the onslaught of, news coverage and obviously people knowing who his identity is. So it makes sense. But again, in that moment, he's like, oh, he could have saved his dad. But that's something I always kind of tackle with when I watch the film.
Yeah, all right, so here we go. I'm going to show you my regular cover.
Let's check it out.
All right, so this is the regular cover of Superman in 4K.
Nice.
Okay, so that's,
very clean. Very
clean, right?
Clean, very basic.
This is Jim Lee's version of the Man of Steel cover. So
very nice.
Yeah, so there you go. That's
very
it.
Cool.
It has some other cool stuff inside. I always have the glue, but anyway, it has a lot of cool drawings inside. So that's Man of Steel. All right, guys, so I'm gonna get to you guys right now, and let's see what you guys are talking about because you guys got a lot of good stuff right now. So let's get right to it. Which one? No. All right, Tony Movie Chappie says this personally is my favorite Superman movie of all time. I love Zack Snyder takes on Superman. And to this day, I'm still waiting for a Man of Steel 2. All right. That is something me and Elliott has been talking about this in every stream we always talk about. But as of right now, we'll talk about this in the future of DC in a few it's some stuff that's coming down in the pipeline that has me a little worried. But with that said, Wacka Butcher said Henry Cavill is the perfect Superman. We all totally agree with you.
I agree.
Yep. Wacka Butcher also said, but this movie right here was not it. All right, so he had a problem with this movie. Please let us know what was the problem. But all right, Pablo de Fosia, Patreon, said, Man of Steel is underrated and a great start to Zach's vision. Absolutely. Alex Thomas is in the house. How you doing?
What's up, Alex?
Unboxing said, I can definitely see that, and that happens to me when a new Marvel and DC movie comes out in theaters. Alex Thomas says, Man of Steel looks amazing on 4K. Absolutely it does. Tribal Gigolo says, what's up, Alex? How you doing, Gigolo? Jose says, black and silver Superman suit better than the blue and red. We'll talk about that in the Zack Snyder version. He pulled out new clothes for it.
His new swag.
Yeah, new swag. Let's see what we got here. Unboxing says, Alex, show Elliott. Okay, we already did that. Candace Cinema, Amanda says, Man of Steel is so detailed.
It really
Absolutely.
is, man.
Yeah,
it really is. And even too, like the even little details of relationship wise, Lois and Clark, them kind of falling for each other was a really nice kind of side story. And like Amanda said, the detail in this movie is ridiculous. And that's something I always love about Zach, is just the attention to detail.
Yeah, let's see. Alex Thomas says, I watched Man of Steel and Batman v Superman before watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it feels so much more compressive. I don't even remember if I said it right. Cohesive.
Comprehensive, yeah.
Yeah, comprehensive, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Tony Movie Chappie said, I actually still haven't seen Superman Returns, but I don't think I'm missing much. Superman Returns is like a totally different universe. A different take on
it's a follow-up to the Christopher Reeves,
right?
Superman. Yeah.
And it was to me it was like a 50-50. Sometimes I hate it and sometimes I love it, and yeah, it's one of those things. But all right, so here we go. Unboxing said Man of Steel should have gotten a higher grade on Rotten Tomatoes. I absolutely give two crap about Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know about you, Elliot. I don't care.
No, I don't take a lot of stock into it. I kind of let my own judgment of a film, excitement level kind of determine if I'm going to see a movie. Yeah, but I know a lot of people take, and I think Rotten Tomatoes gets a bad rap. I know sometimes a lot of people think it's like the definitive and all that score, but yeah, that's a whole other conversation. But yeah,
Jay Manley said, good fresh take on Superman should bring back Henry Cavill. Absolutely. I mean, should bring back Henry Cavill. Yes. Wacka Butcher said, I would have preferred if his father died of a heart attack. Now, this is the take that I got why he did the tornado, and Elliott said it too. The reason the heart attack thing is, I think, is because it's been played out just like Thomas Wayne dying in the alleyway. And I think people don't want to see that. And this is a fresh take because, honestly, Superman could have saved his dad even if he wanted to, but I think he was teaching Clark a lesson. Like, he sacrificed himself so his son does not get recognized by humans as a meta-human. I mean, like a Kryptonian, pretty much. And that's very more powerful than his dad catching a heart attack in front of him and his mom. It's a funny scene. It's a funny scene when you look at it, but if you really look at the depicting of it, you're going, wait a minute. This dude sacrificed his own life for his son, which he had an argument 2 minutes ago. That he goes, you're not my father.
Not my real dad.
Yeah, you're not my real dad. And he still loved his son so much that he goes, I do not want you to show your power in front of these humans. And that's the part I love about this movie. Now, again, if you wanted the heart attack scene, awesome. But I kind of like the way Zack Snyder brought this version of Jonathan's death to light. I wish it was more better than a tornado, but I mean, it is what it is.
I mean,
like a burning building, or
very
like a
controversial decision, but a decision that I've come to kind of, appreciate, like you said, in regards to the meaning of again, I'm willing to die for my son's identity and not having him be revealed to be, this earth-changing being.
Yeah, and it shaped Clark because he goes, wait, my dad sacrificed his life for me, and it changes his whole mentality throughout the whole film. That's what he did with Lois when he was talking to her at the graveyard. With that said, Pablo says, I don't think critics were ready for this version of Superman. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree,
Tony Movie Chappie says 100% agree with unboxing. Tony, Alex Thomas says dope Steelbook. Alex, thank you so much. Tony Movie Chappie says cool Steelbooks. Thank you so much. Surfing Through Cinema. Man of Steel is one of those movies that was amazing in theaters, but upon rewatching becomes less and less amazing. Wow, he gets the opposite effect.
Yeah.
Okay, Amanda says I think pacing is the only issue, to be honest. Okay. I'll take a few more, and then we're gonna get right to the next one because we got 10 movies to go through. Let me see. I'm gonna see good ones. Is there any good ones? Tony Moo Chappie says me either. Don't really take on Rotten Tomatoes. Great. Rouse said I want to say something, but before I do, who here did not see the new Justice League? Everyone saw Justice League, Ralph, but we're gonna talk about that at the 10th film. So with that said. Alex Thomas said the movie trailer for Man of Steel was so epic. Yes, it was.
Yeah. Dude, Zack Snyder, when it comes to any of his movies, the man knows how to cut a trailer or at least put people in the right position to make the best trailer possible. I love Zack Snyder's trailers for all his movies.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, so with that said, we're going to start going to the 2016 Dawn of Justice, the Batman v Superman. Now, this is when they introduced Ben Affleck in the Dark Knight in front of everyone. People complain, people bitch. They say, "Oh my God, Daredevil is Batman," and I was one of those. I was not a believer, and I was like, "All right, let's see what happens." Elliott, when you found out the news of Ben Affleck as Batman, what was your actual true reaction to this?
Man, I learned my lesson, almost 8 years, 7 years, or even 9 years before that with the casting of Heath Ledger, man. I remember everyone was up in arms about Heath Ledger, the guy from, all the 10 things I hate about you, this, that, and the other. And, history speaks for itself, right? He was an incredible Joker. So I've always, ever since that casting, I've always been open-minded to anybody in a role. And Ben Affleck, he's a great actor. At this, his earliest career, he directed a couple things at this point. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep it with the open mind. Obviously, this is this is an older Batman. This is going to be kind of the Frank Miller, Dark Knight Returns Batman. So let's give it a shot. And boy, Alex, I know how you feel about Ben Affleck, but Batfleck, man, he's that dude. And tell me, do you bleed?
Yeah.
You will. He's the man.
Something.
Let me reload it.
Let's see. All right. It says excellent collection now. Are we back? I think it looks like we're back.
Let me go back here. Yeah, we are.
All right, we're back.
We are back.
Yeah, so once Jeremy Irons, sorry about that. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Something, I think it's Lex Luthor or somebody. With that said, yes, once Ben Affleck teams up with Jeremy Irons, that movie just takes his life of his own, and that's when I fell in love with it. There was no way. I was like, I just loved it, man, to be honest with you. So everyone, please leave a comment down below exactly your thoughts on the Ben. And what's crazy? I think it's the weather over here because it's raining hard. Over here in Jersey. Weather. Yeah, I got some bad weather, so it could be the weather. But yes, let us know what you think of Dawn of Justice Batman v Superman. I'm gonna show Elliott off some steel books.
Let's check it out.
All right. So with that said, this is the original Batman v Superman 4K, right? Normal, right? You're like, it's okay.
Right, nice and clean though. It's still clean, nice slip cover.
And now Jim Lee's Batman v Superman.
Nice. That is so beautiful. That is beautiful.
It is. So yeah, everyone's asking. We're not lost. I don't even think are we still back on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm looking at it on my phone now. It's,
yeah, we're back. We're back. Don't worry about it. We are back. All right, so here we go. Alex Thomas says Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. Let me see. My only unboxing says my only complaint about this movie is that the movie is called Batman v Superman, and we only get them fighting for 7 minutes, and that's it. Surfing Through Cinema says Ben Affleck is still a pretty bad actor, but his costume and action scenes are still really good. That being said, though, Martha is still pretty lame. Wait a minute. There is no way you can tell me that Ben Affleck is a horrible Batman. There is no way you can't tell me he's worse than George Clooney. Yeah, that is crazy. But I'm not going to let Surfing Through Cinema raise my blood pressure tonight. No way. Not tonight. No, but seriously though, but there's a lot of things in this movie that irked me. Lex Luthor was one of them. That was one of them. And the pacing was weird. To me, the pacing was a little slow on this one. I love this movie. I think it's a really good movie. But I thought the pacing was a little too slow for me. I don't know what you thought.
Yeah, I mean, so going into this, man, you talk about hype level. There has yet to be a film that I've been, and this includes Endgame, this includes most recently Zack Snyder's Justice League. I've never been more hyped for Batman versus Superman because, I mean, this dates back to, canceled movies from this film. I believe there was supposed to be a film that came out like early 2000s with like Jude Law as Superman, and I can't remember who they casted as Batman, but this was like a movie well in the makings for many, many years. I remember even seeing I Am Legend and seeing a poster in I Am Legend for the movie Batman vs. Superman. So the hype level for this movie has never been matched. This is my most anticipated movie of all time. And walking out of the theater, the theatrical cut, like you said, Alex, the pacing was off. I was not a fan of Lex Luthor in regards to Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of the character. I get what they were going for. Again, modern times, this tech genius kind of smile in your face but stab you in your back type of character. I get the character. The execution wasn't there for me, but it was the ideology of the two characters. When I think it was Unboxing that said, Batman versus Superman, we think, again, Kong versus Godzilla, they're going to fight each other, but it's more of the differences of these characters, of what Superman stands for and what Batman stands for, and them not necessarily coming to blows throughout the entire movie, but just seeing, again, how they go about doing their business when they're not inside their suits. So I kind of, that's what I really come to appreciate this film in regards to just the differences of those two characters. And of course, when we do see them come head to head, it's a phenomenal scene. Again, we know Zack Snyder knows how to cut, good action, but the big standout for me in this movie as well is Wonder Woman, man. We talked about it the other night in regards to how Zack Snyder portrays Gal Gadot, Diana Prince. The only thing I'm not a biggest fan of is just knowing Wonder Woman. There's no way she's walking away from humanity for 100 plus years. I never really liked that idea. But nonetheless, I thought Gal and Bruce's scene for the first time at the gallery was really nice. And again, as someone mentioned earlier, it's Ben Affleck in the warehouse scene is the best Batman the action fight sequence of all time. We'll see what Robert Pattinson has to offer there. But no, man, just like Man of Steel, this film's grown on me, and more so the extended ultimate cut is the definitive cut for me. It fleshes out the characters, it fleshes out the story. It makes even Lex Luthor's weird portrayal a little bit more richer in regards to seeing all the stuff that he kind of laid out to make this plan go through. So there's definitely some pacing issues, but like I said, over time, it's just the differences of the characters. I've even come to really kind of appreciate the Martha scene. Again, the execution might have been a little bit weird, but understanding what that scene means for, it's not a matter of like the moms having the same name. It's just a matter of coming back to redemption, as we see in Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's about making up for your wrongs and not being able to save his mom when he was a kid, but now have an opportunity to save this alien's mom was something that resonates with me in regards to years later understanding that scene. So I'm a big BVS fan, man. I think it's now starting to, again, Zack Snyder seems like 5 years, 6 years down the road, people start to appreciate his films, very similar to, even like Watchmen. People are starting to call that a masterpiece after it's been out for over a decade. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, the ultimate edition of the movie is my favorite of the film, and I agree with you. That whole Martha scene, I mean, it gets played out. Yeah, it's funny, ha ha ha, Martha, yeah, whatever. But when you start watching the movie, you kind of understand it. You're like, all right, great. He was doing it, for redemption, like you said. I mean, he was alluding to it, foreshadowing it when he was like dreaming of his parents getting died again. When he was like, Martha. And I'm like, okay, great. But I'm just going to take a few more, and then we're going to go right into the next film. Tony Movie Chappie said Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition is a masterpiece to me. It's one of the few movies to ever time when I watch, I find more things to love about it, and a great introduction to Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Absolutely. I think it's a masterpiece. I've been saying this for years, and people thought I was crazy. Unboxing with me says that was a cool way to introduce Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Yes, it was it was awesome. Robert Makes the Cut says Gail is my girl, and he started laughing. Alex Thomas says Gal Gadot stole the show for me. She looks so good as Wonder Woman. Yes, she's a beautiful chick. Everyone's seen that. She's a beautiful girl. All right. So with that said, let's get on to the next movie. The next one is another DC that they took a chance on. They killed all of them on a TV show called Arrow because they went, wow, we're going to turn this into a movie. And that was the 2016, came out the same year, Suicide Squad. I went to the theater to see this, and I was like, this is a piece of crap. I'm not even going to hold my look. I was like, this is a piece of crap. Rewatching it, it is still a piece of crap. And I know everyone is crying for this David Ayer cut. There is, you cannot polish a turd. There, you know that saying? Yeah. You can't polish a turd. I don't care how many deleted scenes this guy is going to put into this movie. There is a lot of bad scenes that he needed to remove from the movie before adding more director's cut to this movie. Because that chick dancing, it is god awful. That the enchantress, and she's like this.
Yeah.
I was like, this,
Shakira dance.
Yeah, she was Shakira. I never seen no, don't like this. Yeah. It's a horrible movie. But Elliot, what did you think when you first saw this movie in the theater?
Man, I'll be honest with you, Alex. When I first saw it, I was drinking the Kool-Aid, man. I'm a DC fan at heart, man. So I'm always just a fan of just seeing these characters on the big screen for the first time. Harley Quinn, Deadshot. They were on the small screen, with, as you just mentioned, in Arrow, and some of those characters appeared in Smallville. But in regards to the big movie theater screen, and nowadays I'm not the biggest fan of David Ayer, but I was a champion for David Ayer, whether it be Fury, End of Watch, him writing Training Day. So I was just like, you know what, this is a movie, but I think I like it. It was Deadshot and it was Deadpool or Harley Quinn that kind of made me enjoy it for the first time watching it in theater. And when I first saw it, I think I gave it like a 3.5 out of 5 or something like that, just for the fact that I was seeing these characters for the first time. But as time goes by, as you take off the sunglasses, as you sit down and really dissect the film and really look at it as a movie, it's not a movie. It's really not a movie. The editing, it's like a movie, a music video. And David Ayer has alluded to it in regards to how they, the editors were trailer editors that edit trailers. You could definitely kind of tell that it was like like an hour or 2 hour music video of just a bunch of nonsense, underdeveloped characters, plot holes left and right, unnecessary dialogue, just a really bad put together film with a lot of potential. Because there's one thing that DC will always have over Marvel for me, and that is the villains. They are complex, they are fleshed out, they have great motives. Some of the heroes or the villains are even more popular than their hero counterparts. So it was just like so much opportunity there, and they were hyping this film up. You talk about trailers, we talked about Man of Steel's trailer being epic. The Suicide Squad, I believe it was Comic-Con's trailer, was so amazing and got me so hyped. And unfortunately, this film is it's a mess, man.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. That Comic-Con trailer was really fantastic. And the problem with that trailer was I thought we were going to get all those quirky music that was in the trailer throughout the movie, like the Ballroom Blitz. I thought that was like their theme song because I was like, that is awesome. It fits them. But then we did not get those things. And I was just like, oh, then we got the real Killer Croc, which was god awful. I was like,
P.E.T.
Yeah, and he's eating burgers in the cell. And I was just like, what the hell did they do to this amazing villain? And they just totally 360'd him. And I know David Ayer comes out and he says, Warner Brothers interfered and took away his vision. I don't care what they do. You cannot put out a 2 hour plus movie and it's crap. It doesn't matter what they take out. You had a vision and the vision stunk. Like, there's nothing you can do. And telling people you got extra footage of the Joker, then that tells me that you do not know your Suicide Squad, because the Joker's not even part of the damn Suicide Squad. If you're banking on Jared Leto's Joker to save your movie, you know what I mean? Like, and that's another thing. They banked on Jared Leto's Joker to save this movie. A lot of people went to this theater checking out Joker, and he was there for like, 5 minutes?
If that.
Right? Yeah. And then he gets mad, and he's like, oh, they cut out more of my footage. And I'm like, dude, you're not even part of the damn thing, you dummy. Like, what do you think was going to happen? One thing, though, I got to see more of my Ben Affleck, though. You got more Batman.
That was a nice scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Them messing up date night, as Harley says.
I liked it because it reminded me a little bit of the animated series.
Right. Great call.
Right? When they jumped
Yep.
on the car and he's like saying some stuff and you see the Joker in them. I loved it. It was just a cool chemistry between all of them. And then that's when Harley made out with Batman or whatever. She kissed him.
Yeah.
And he was like, ah. I was like, oh, this is awesome. But let me check what you guys think on this movie so we can go on because this movie is kind of trash. Let me see. Hips don't lie. All right, it says unboxing said if you remember Elliott watch along for Suicide Squad, I remember him liking Suicide Squad. Hips don't lie. He's laughing.
No.
Unboxing said Will Smith was really good. Deadshot, in my opinion. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is a perfect choice. Yeah, they both were good. It's all about the script. Alex Thomas said Will Smith, Margot Robbie is the only good thing in this movie. I can't believe I have multiple copies of this movie. BX Lanny says Will Smith as Deadshot wasn't a bad call, and Harley was the best part of the movie, of the flick. Tony Movie Chappie says, to be honest, I only seen Suicide Squad once, and I remember enjoying it for what it was, but I have a feeling if I probably is not going to age well. No, it's not even going to age at all.
No.
Yeah, it's not even. Unboxing says Jared Leto Joker in Suicide Squad sucked, but he did a much better job in the Snyder Cut. Again, we're going to talk about that, but the differences between these two directors is the fact that Zack Snyder himself writes for DC Comics. So he knows these heroes inside out, their history and everything. So, Jay Manley, I'm going to take yours, and then I'm going to show Elliott the Steel books, and then we're going to go right into the next movie. Jay Manley, the only one that shines in this movie was Margot Robbie. She did a great job as Harley Quinn, and then she went and made that garbage Birds of Prey. All right, we're going to talk about that soon. All right, so here we go. This is the first Steel book of the garbage Suicide Squad, which I'm going to...
Let's see.
What you think?
That's the one with all the poster heads of the characters. It looks it's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
So here goes this one. This is Jim Lee's Jammy, imported. Drawn Will Smith and Margot Robbie and Jared Leto.
Nice. Yeah. Is the rest of the squad not even on that? It's just them three?
It's just them three. Again,
call, Jim.
I never
Good call.
opened it because this joint is garbage. Look, it's still sealed. I was like, I ain't opening this. All right, so here we go. We're going to go on to the next movie, which is now the 2017 standalone movie of Wonder Woman. Now, this is Gal Gadot's first, I think it's her first franchise. Like, she's helming a franchise because she's not, she was in Fast and the Furious, but she was never the lead. It was, we all know it was Vin Diesel. This is her first franchise, so this is her baby. Now, Elliott, what did you think when you first saw this movie in the theater?
Oh, man, I loved it. I was champion for Patty Jenkins for the longest time after her, Oscar-worthy movie Monster with Charlize Theron, and knowing that she was going to be snapped up. She was actually hired by Marvel first to do Thor 2, but obviously things didn't work out there. But yeah, man, this was I'm not the biggest origin story guy, but I thought that this origins of Diana, of a sense of her Themyscira coming up with Hippolyta and her aunt, and the life lessons really, and this is something I love about Patty Jenkins in regards to just her love for DC characters. She really did kind of shape Wonder Woman 2017 like 1978 Superman in regards to, as we talked about the other night, Patty Jenkins does a great job of embracing the more gentler side of Wonder Woman, the love, the compassion, the understanding of fighting for humanity, even though they might not want the help of someone trying to make things right. And I think she did a great job of capturing that. And when it comes to superheroes and love interest, they 50-50 for me for the most part. But in this film, Steve Trevor, man, and Diana had, Chris Pine and Gal Gadot had incredible chemistry, and I felt their love for each other. And when, obviously, spoiler alert, what happens to Steve Trevor at the end of the film really hit home, man. It was a great emotional moment. But then, again, embracing the badass nature with Diana. Her on No Man's Land is one of my favorite comic book movie moments, like, of all time. Like, it's such an epic moment. Seeing her, fight was so epic, and obviously Hans Zimmer's score kicking in is just amazing. And my biggest flaw with this film is the third act, which Patty Jenkins has come out and said that she wanted that third act to be completely different than what we saw, which again, we'll talk about the future of DC and how they meddle with certain projects. But that's probably my only flaw with the film. It's just like the capping of the film just wasn't all that great compared to the first 2 acts. But this is a film I love, man. I'm a big 2017 Wonder Woman fan. It's one of my favorite comic book movies, probably top 15 of all time for me, man.
Yeah, it's funny. When I seen this in the theater, I was not in love. I mean, she's great. She's gorgeous. And you're right. That No Man's Land is a great scene.
It's epic.
It's an epic scene. But I'm like, you know what? I'm like, it's very night and day with the damn Wonder Woman compared to what we saw in Batman v Superman in terms of fighting, the way she moves, the way she does all this stuff. And I totally understand new director, new vision. And I know a lot of...
And also it's a prequel. She's not the seasoned vet as she was in BVS. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right. And then people are like, yeah, at least Zack Snyder didn't touch it. And I'm like, you idiots. It says story by Zack Snyder. So he had influence on the character, which you could tell he did. So it's like, come on, guys. You got to read and see his name is going to be attached to these characters. So anyway, now it started to grow on me. Now that I started to watch it, like the first one, it started to grow on me. I like it. It's good. I do enjoy her. Chris Pine he's amazing. Stephen Trevor.
Great.
Yeah, he reminds me of Captain Kirk. He's my favorite Captain Kirk. I mean, besides William Shatner, but he's my favorite Kirk to helm the chair. But yeah, and the villain to me was weak. I did not like Ares at all.
Both villains, him and the Poison. I can't remember her name, but
yeah, Poison. Yeah,
something Poison. Yeah, they were both a little lackluster. Yeah,
they were whack. I was like, man, she's whack. Like, what'd she do? I did not like Ares, and you're right. And I always tell people, my gripe with this movie is the CGI heavy at the end. It is bad. It is horrible. Even rewatching it, it looks even worse. Like, for some reason, it looks worse. I don't know why, but they got to start making movies again practical instead of CGI.
Reliant on the visual effects,
because it feels so much more natural when you're in the environment, and then you can add a little bit of green screen here and there. That did not look good at all to me. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I know a lot of people love this movie, but let's get to people right now. Jose says Alex said the movie is garbage, but buys the Steelbook. I think he's talking about the Suicide Squad.
Squad.
Yeah,
he's a collector, man. He's a collector.
I'm a DC collector. So if the movie's garbage, I already pre-ordered Wonder Woman 84, and I didn't like the movie. But I had to get the Steelbooks just to put it together. BX Lenny says this is what happens when you have a bunch of characters with no origins. You can't do all that in 2 or 3 hour movie. Suicide Squad. All right, we're talking Wonder Woman, people. All right, here we go. Unboxing said Wonder Woman was such a great DC movie. I remember coming out of the theater so happy of how this turned out. Unboxing also said this even shows you that Gal Gadot can really play Wonder Woman so well. She definitely killed it as Wonder Woman. Yes, Amanda. Yeah, Amanda's always crying. Every time we talk to Amanda, she has a review. She's always crying. Amanda was at Wonder Woman No Man's Land scene. Made me bawl my eyes out. Now we know. So if we ever meet up to watch a DC movie, I'm going to bring a box of tissue.
Yep.
Yeah, just a box of tissue.
Play a clip. If you want to get a man to get the waterworks out, just play that scene. Play any DC scene.
Yeah.
And she'll get the waterworks out. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, warm it up. Warm up Amanda. Just show some scenes before we go into a theater so she don't make everyone cry. Alex Thomas says, I actually missed Wonder Woman in the theaters. I saw it on 4K for the first time, and I loved the first 2 acts, but that third act falls apart. Elliott and I said the same thing. Something about that just did not work for me. Tony Movie Chappie says Wonder Woman was a really solid origin story. It really took me by surprise. My only issue is the third act. Very weak. Look at that. Unboxing said, I am so glad that they finally made a Wonder Woman movie because she only had a TV show and now she got a big screen version. Yeah. I mean, she was on cartoons. But
Linda Carter. Yeah, she was the OG, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then Jay Manley said, I saw this in the big screen. Good standalone movie for Wonder Woman. Yes, it did have flaws, but I felt the story was complete. Yeah. It's pretty much, Unboxing said I pre-ordered, of course, Wonder Woman 84. All right, so here we go. We're going to go on to the next. Oh, let me show you the steel books. So this is the original steel books that came out. This is the original. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so if you guys followed when I was before Levels of Geeks, it was before it was Ultra HD Geek. I gave one away for as a raffle.
wow.
Yeah, this is
Lucky winner
my
out there.
favorite cover though. This is a reissue version. Look at that. It's her shield.
Ooh, that's badass. I like that.
It is. I love it. And then it just opens into her shield. So, and then it's her standing there where I think her mom's.
Oh, Hippolyta.
Yeah, and then on the other side, I
Yep,
think it's her.
yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not her mom. It's another girl. I guess
Oh,
her
okay.
mom and aunt is on the other side.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so those are my favorite ones.
Very nice.
I like this. Oh, this is pretty cool. Sorry, we do cinema. I want to get him in before we go to the next one. Wonder Woman is my favorite DC movie, but it's too bad the sequel doesn't live up to it. We're gonna get to that. Alex Thomas says I just stick with the standard slipcover for Wonder Woman 84. No, I can't. They all gotta be steel books. Even if I hate it, gotta go. All right, here we go. Next on the list is the most controversial movie known to man to date. It is the Josh Whedon cut, not Zack Snyder cut. It is the Josh Whedon 2017 Justice League. And let's start it off. Elliott, when you went to see this in the theater, what was your first reaction to this movie?
Hey man, I might sound like a broken record, man, but I always go into these DC films with the highest level of like geeking out. It takes me back to being a kid, growing up with these characters, and I'm just always just looking for a great time, man. And we'll get to my flaws in a minute, but I will never forget, with the terrible film that it is in regards to just being a Frankenstein in the film, seeing the Trinity and seeing the rest of Justice League come together, even if it was debacled and messy and sloppy and poor editing and all that stuff and just bad joke after joke, it still made my heart happy to see those characters on the screen for the first time together in the live action big screen moment, even though, again, the execution and some of the dialogue was very questionable. But, obviously after I saw the film and you hear all the stuff that went down with Zack Snyder, and obviously 4 years later, we know what the real vision of the film should have been. The film still has moments that I can appreciate that Josh added in regards to. I like one of the post-credit scenes. I like both of them, but I like the, him versus the Flash. I thought it was a really kind of nod to a comic book and just something like you would read in a comic. It's been a while, so I'm trying to conjure up some other things I liked about the film because it's been a minute.
Just think of the Zack Snyder version.
Yeah, only
think
thing
of
I
the moment.
see, man, I just see my man Henry Cavill's mustache. It's the only thing I keep thinking of when I think of that film, man. There's not a lot going. It's not again. The only thing I took out of that film was just seeing my heroes on the screen and just appreciating that, because who knows with DC when you're going to see those characters on the screen again. It might be 20 years from now, but at the end of the day, it is. And I'll say this isn't defending Josh Whedon at all. But even if Zack Snyder would have stayed on the film with that mandate of making it a 2-hour film, I don't think Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, Zack Snyder himself, I don't think anyone would be able to make that 4-hour epic film that we got last week and condense it to 2 hours. It was a very impossible job. So again, not defending Joss Whedon and some of the stuff that's coming out in the last few months in regards to behind the scenes stuff, but it was a pretty impossible task for him to put that together. And he could have done better, but it could have been worse too. But nonetheless, we all know what the real definitive version of this film is.
Yeah, no, you said it. You said it perfect. For me, and not even thinking of everything we heard or whatever, watching it, I was like, okay. Some things I was like this in the theater, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I went, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That's exactly how I felt in the theater. I was like, what? You got Batman calling Alfred in front of a bad guy. You got the Flash jumping on top of Wonder Woman super fast. Like, I was like, what is going on here?
What's going on?
You had Cyborg cracking jokes, because remember that whole. When I thought the scene was cute when he was about to shoot Superman and they were all going no. They were standing there going no because you're pissing him off. I like that. I was like, that was pretty cool. Yeah. Other than that, I agree with you. And that movie was bad. I was like, this is a bad movie. Like, there was nothing you could do. It was really bad. And I was like, man, Zack Snyder sucks. Because at the time, everyone thought he did it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was so messed up. The way it was, they were tarnishing Zack Snyder's reputation that I was like, that is the most fucked up thing to do, Warner Brothers. Never came out to defend them. Never came out to say, you know what? Josh Whedon came in and reworked the whole thing. No, you hear that shit later when they go executive sword for the first time and said it was a piece of crap. Why would you release that now? And then people are gonna go, why did you release this crap in 2017 if you knew it was a piece of crap? You got Christopher Nolan and his wife Deborah going, please don't watch this because this is not the movie you wanted to do. Like, never understood that. I never, and to me, and I say this over and over, Warner Brothers with me is in a tight rope because I am like, I'm eyeing them now like, you know what? Whatever project you do, it's like, what do we have here? Are you stepping in? Yeah, it's like, did you step in and you destroyed?
Yep.
And now it's still coming out, and I'm gonna talk about it too because they still intervened with Zack Snyder's Justice League, Warner Brothers. But we're gonna talk about that during that movie. But let me get to you guys. Justice League 2017 pretty quick, so we can go on to the next one. Unboxing said Josh Whedon had no idea what to do with these characters and made this movie into an embarrassment. Absolutely. Tony Movie Chappie said Justice League probably one of the worst comic book movies I ever seen. Okay. Unboxing also said, and Flash landing on Wonder Woman, like what the freak was Josh Whedon thinking? Jose said he tried to make it more Marvel. Yep, and that's what hurt him in the long run. Unboxing also said Josh League easily makes it the worst DC movie. Alex Thomas said, when I first saw Josh Whedon's Justice League, I gave a good review, but over time it doesn't hold up.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people drank the Kool-Aid because it's the first time you see the entire Justice League together. Yeah, exactly. So Tony Muchabi said, I just can't believe this was the version that Greg Johns, I guess that's his name, right? Jeff Johns. And John Bragg thought was going to please audience. And critics, boy, they screwed up really bad. And for those of you, Jeff Johns is an actual, I think he's one of the executive presidents of Marvel Comics. Like, he writes comic books.
Yeah, he's a hell of a comic book writer, man. He has some of the best Green Lantern stuff. He has some of the best, Flash stuff. He's a great writer, man, but I don't know. It just doesn't translate well to writing a script.
Hey, and you know what? It happens to a lot of people. They can write comics and they cannot write actual movie scripts. So,
two different mediums,
so here we go. BX Lenny says Howard was a good man. And these aliens are going to prove him. No need for
talking
scenes.
about the scene with the woman. There's like aliens coming down from her.
And then the Russian family not needed. Alex Thomas said, I hated the color in this film. We already knew it wasn't Zack Snyder once you saw the color palette. Jose said, watch Snyder cut for the first and then this. Man, what a turd. And then I know Amanda just wrote something. She said, oh no, Josh League, this movie doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, pretty much. It does not. It is not good. I do own it. So here we go. You're gonna like these though. This one I don't like as much.
I might have you. I think I might have the one you have because I have a steelbook of Justice League.
So you got this one. I don't like it. It shows their symbols.
The symbols,
right? I don't like this one. My favorite one is the Jim Lee one, and I hope he does the other one.
Yep, that's the one I have. Yep.
It's an amazing cover, and I was like, holy crap! Like I need to have this. So
come together.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool song.
Yeah.
But let me see. Hey, Alex, you gave Nate a run for his money on the best looking steel books. The difference is that I'm a DC fan. Nate is not as much as a comic book fan. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I could. But with that said, let's get on to the next movie. Because we're getting closer. We're getting closer here because now we're getting to some popular ones. Because this one, no one knew was going to become the first $1 billion movie to hit for DC, and that is the 2018 hit movie from a man that everybody made fun of in the cartoons and said, get out of here. And that is
Entourage.
Aquaman. The man who, everyone that makes fun of him and all this. Aquaman debuted. We saw him in Justice League. They they gave him his own solo movie. And you know what? I like it. I like the way it is. But now watching this other version of Aquaman, I kind of want the other version. But I do like this movie, though. I thought it was a good a good standalone movie, a good origin. I love Jason Momoa as Aquaman. It's something about him that it feels right.
Yeah.
But with that said, it's not about me. It's about Elliott's review. So, Elliott, what did you think of Aquaman when you saw the movie in the theater for the first time?
My man, this was a fun movie, man. And I remember that year because it was Aquaman, Bumblebee, Mary Poppins, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, all within like a 2-week period, and this was the one that beat them all. Like you said, man, I like Jason Momoa, man. My fandom comes from Game of Thrones, Drago, and everything that he did with Khaleesi in that show, and I've always just been a fan of him as an actor. And he could have been typecasted for a lot of his roles in his career in regards to the big brooding man that can handle his own in a fight, but taking on this character, you have to get a character, you have to get an actor like Jason Momoa to kind of bring the character to life, because like you said, he was the butt of all jokes, cartoons, Entourage was a running joke with Aquaman, and Jason Momoa made you take the character seriously. And the thing that got me so excited about seeing this film and ultimately being a fan of the film like you is James Wan is one of my favorite directors working in Hollywood, man. I'm a big horror fan at my heart, so Conjuring, Insidious, Saw, all that stuff, man. I'm a big fan of him, and I love James Wan's take on this character regarding to playing to the the cheesiness, the corniness of the character. This is, James Wan being his first big action movie was Fast and Furious 7, and just having fun with action movies. I know you and Nate cover a lot of action movies on your podcast, and it's that 80s flavor, man. It's like there's something about those action movies in the 80s, and I thought that James Wan, even though some of the stuff is a little bit over the top and some of the slow motion out of the water stuff, very paying homage to some of those older school movies, but I just have a fun time with this movie. Yeah, there's some some issues with some of the dialogue and some of the pacing of the film's a little bit off, and some of the acting and chemistry between Mara and Jason Momoa's Aquaman isn't as quite there as Steve Trevor and Diana, but I just have such a fun time with it, man. And we talked about visuals earlier. This is one of the most beautiful DC films in regards to the Atlantis, how that looked, the colors popped, and watching that on 4K is gorgeous. And when Aquaman finally gets his suit at the end of the movie, him going against Orm is so dope. And, I'm a Nicole Kidman fan, so seeing her in the mix, we talked about 80s, you got Dolph Lundgren in the film, which definitely is an 80s man to the core. So I'm a big fan of it. It's not my favorite DC film, but it's one of the more fun adventure rides. It was a Indiana Jones-ish type of movie underwater with Aquaman on this adventure to finding the Triton. So, and before I forget, the scene in the trench is so dope. The trench scene, the colors, again, James Wan was able to use some of his horror sensibilities and add that into that scene. My man, I'm a big Aquaman fan, man.
I mean, dude, you said everything. And the crazy thing about this movie that I love a lot, and you're right, it has that Indiana Jones Temple of Doom feel. It has also the Goonies type feel, because they remember they going to find the paper, and then they found the glass, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But one thing about the movie, you're right, I love the father. His father chemistry with Jason Momoa, I loved it. And I think that, to me, it drew a lot for me because it was really cool. Like, especially the scene that they're in the bar and he's drinking and he goes, how can you outdrink me when I'm the one who can swim underwater and I can do all this? And he goes, son, that is my superpower. And then they started to laugh. And it has that cool, like, it was just a cool, lighthearted family film with a little twist of superhero. And I think it worked so well with Aquaman more than a Batman or a Superman.
100%.
So it worked well, and I hope James Wan comes. If he comes back, we really don't know.
He's coming back. He's they've confirmed he is coming back to do, and they're shooting in June. They're gonna start shooting.
Okay, so then there you go. And then let's figure out what happens. Mira, I think she's hot. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, regardless of what personal stuff that she has, and I think she's hot. And I was like, all right, but we got two different versions of Mira. We're going to talk about that a little bit later because I was a little confused with that. But all right, let's see what you guys are saying about Aquaman.
My man.
Yeah, my man. I think I have a soundbite of Jason Momoa, right? Yeah, I do. My man. Yeah, there it is. There it is. All right, so here we go. Unboxing said, I just can't wait until pre-orders go up for the Snyder Cut because once it's open and after I purchase it, I'm going to sell my Josh Whedon digital book.
Good luck to try to find someone to buy that one from you.
Because I don't need it anymore. Alex Thomas says, I know Alex has like 22 200 steel books. Let's see. BX Lenny says, my man. Jose says, really good movie. James Wan did an amazing job. I think, and I don't know what you think of this, but I think James Wan, he's a legend of horror. I think he's a horror legend in the film. And I like the fact that he wants to branch out to something new and different. And I like that. And still go back to his roots and still showing it a little bit on that trench scene. That trench scene, you're absolutely right.
So awesome,
it is. I hope they go back to the trenches because
they're supposed to make a spinoff. There was supposed to be a spinoff of the trench. I don't know how that would have played out, but yeah,
that would be
think
crazy.
He's a executive producer. I don't know if they're gonna make it to a movie or to a series, but that was supposed to be the thing. Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. Have him attached to that trench was awesome. All right. Here we go. Birds of Prey Steelbook is looking sweet. We'll get to Birds of Prey. I'll show it off. Tony Movie Chappie said Aquaman is a huge surprise for me. I had so much fun watching it in the theater, and James Wan did an amazing job directing those action scenes. Yeah, he did an amazing job. Let me see. And it's funny because I went back because my cousin was talking about the bubble scene. He did it like 2 scenes in the movie, and everything else they were talking underwater. It was kind of funny.
Much different take. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was crazy with that. Let's see. Vincent Smith said Momoa or Cena.
Oh, as an actor, Momoa for me.
Oh yeah, Jason Momoa. He has a better, more career than John Cena, right? Because he started to become more bigger right now.
I mean, like I said, with Game of Thrones, and he's going to be in Denis Villeneuve's Dune later this year. So yeah, Jason Momoa is definitely a much better actor in my opinion than Mr. John Cena. Oh,
there you go. Derek Manley says hi. All right, that's the son of Jay, and he's telling him to go to bed. He's doing it live. Luke reviews a very average movie. Okay. Jay Manley says you can stick around, son. Yeah, look, this was a very big surprise for me. I said the same thing when I saw it in the theater.
$1 billion.
Yeah, my wife wanted to see this.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. And we're going to talk about this money situation, too, a little later.
Yeah.
But Aquaman, this is the steelbook for Aquaman. This is the only one I got because I like this one a lot. Another drawing.
I think I got that one too. I think I have that one too in my collection. Yeah.
This is an awesome cover of it. Tony Movie Chappie says, I really hope they did still make the Trench spin-off series or film because it was different interest in that one. Because I was differently interested in that one. There you go. Unboxing says Aquaman was such a good movie that the colors in the movie was so beautiful and it looked so amazing on 4K. And Jason Momoa as Aquaman was good. Bravo to him. Yeah, that scene where he's leading right into Atlantis is the best looking scene in the whole. Man. Yeah. All right, so here we go. The next movie came out in. Let me put up my list. Came out in 2019. Now this one, I'm a little iffy for me. But let's see what Elliott and everyone else thinks. Now this is Shazam, played by Zachary Levi. Shazam. Yeah, Shazam. Now. Elliott, what did you think of this when you go to the theater and you checked it out for the first time?
Man, this was a fun movie, man. This was, again, knowing the character Billy Batson and just the family element of his story. I think it played perfectly, as you kind of mentioned with Aquaman. It kind of transitioned into this film regarding, we got the Batmans of the world. We got the Jokers, the more darker, more, scary, more menacing character, but then you have a Shazam character, which is the more lighthearted side of the DC, which is more about family and embracing each other and coming together as a family. So I think that they did a great job of capturing that, as well as talking about we talked about James Wan. This is, again, we talk about maybe a Kevin Feige-ish, but I always thought that James Wan would have been a great person to maybe kind of helm some of the DC projects in regards to how, they build a universe, because he's allowing, David F. Sandberg is someone that James Wan has mentored with, he did the Annabelle movie, he did the Lights Out. So another horror person coming into the DC, which, I'm a horror fan, so the more, the merrier for me. But I thought David F. Sandberg did a good job of, again, embracing the family elements, bringing in some of his horror elements when we got the deadly sins and how that scene played off, people getting their heads chopped off and bit off and all that stuff. And Dr. Savannah, man, I thought he was a pretty good villain. I like his origins with his dad and kind of understand when the villain's coming from. The biggest criticism I have with the film is that suit, man. That padded suit is stupid. It is a stupid look. And you're telling me this guy is supposed to go against Black Adam. that's going to be a really tough sell for me. But besides that, man, I love the family element. I love the tongue-in-cheek nature of it, the joyful, fun, lightheartedness of it, and I'm excited for the sequel, man. We got some big news the other day of who they cast as the main villain of the show or the movie, and other additional characters. So Shazam family, man, I had a good time with this film, man. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, you know what's crazy for me about this movie? I did not see this in the theater because I was not. I was like, oh, this look like Chuck in a
sold
suit.
on it.
Yeah, I was like, this is not for me. And I purchased it, so I brought it in 4K, and I was just like, let me check it out for the first time. I didn't like it. I was like, oh, it's a CW show, and the thing is, I agree with you. The thing about Zachary Levi, a great guy. He's a big nerd. He's like us in the community.
Yeah.
My thing is, he comes out and defends himself that, I work out, and when the dude is out the suit, does not look like his suit, like he's in the suit.
Yeah.
And the thing that, like, I'm trying to, like, defend him, but I'm like, dude, like, Ben Affleck comes out of the bat suit, and he's in a suit, you can tell he's ripped. Yeah. You can see Henry Cavill out the suit. He looks like Clark Kent. He looks ripped. When he comes out the suit, and he's in public, he looks skinny like me. And it's like, dude, you cannot sell me. Yeah, you do look good. You got in shape. But you're not in this type of physique that you have. The Rock is going to destroy you, my brother. Like, whatever you do, his biceps will crush you, your whole body.
Man.
So
they're gonna have to do what they did with Godzilla versus Kong. How they had to level up Godzilla or Kong to make him go toe to toe with Godzilla.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to do something with Zachary Levi, man. They're gonna have to do something, shrink the Rock, make him smaller or something.
or get bigger pads for his suit because
you're gonna need hockey pads.
Yeah. The hockey pad. But yeah, in terms of Mark Strong was excellent villain. I like the dark tones of this movie. For myself, I like the darker tones, but all this kid stuff, I was like, come on, the kid is more mature than the damn Shazam himself. But I was just like, whatever. Him giving all the powers at the end was kind of corny for me. But then reading the comics, I'm like, all right, because I don't read. Family. Yeah, I don't read Shazam. So I had to go through my encyclopedia of DC Comics and pull it up and go, oh, there you go. Now I understand now why they did it. But for me, I was just like, whatever. But let's check out what people were saying about this movie. I'm not saying it was like terrible. Like I am gonna see the sequel, but it's not something that I'm gonna run to the theater and go, yeah, man, like Shazam 2.
It doesn't. I'll say this too. It doesn't have. I don't revisit this film too often, even though I enjoy it. It's not a big like rewatchable film for me personally.
I seen it once, so that already tells you how my rewatch of this is. All right, here we go. Surfing Through Cinema says the better Captain Marvel. BX Lenny said I enjoyed it and it was a movie for the kids. A great way to get the kids involved into the great DC universe. Absolutely. Unboxing says Shazam was so good. I had a hot take, but I prefer Shazam than Wonder Woman because this was a different take for DC, and I saw this movie in IMAX, and I was very surprised on how well this movie was. Nice. All right. Now, it's cool. It's amazing that you thought that. But, again, you got to think of, like, Wonder Woman and Shazam are, like, two different playing fields in terms of films. One, it was a serious take for the adults that read the Wonder Woman, while the Shazam is targeting kids, like Jimmy said, a different audience. But, hey, if you thought this movie was better than Wonder Woman, awesome. Yeah, that's what they want you to think when you come out the theater. Here we go. Luke Reviews says it feels like it never goes past fun family films. Fairly forgettable for me. Yeah, it's forgettable for me also.
You know, I'll to defend a little bit more of the jokiness of it. There is a bit of a story to be told in regards to Billy and his mom not accepting him for who he is. And again, just the idea of going back to the comics, Shazam's whole foundation is about coming together and family, and he ultimately found his family at the end of the film. And I think that speaks to a lot of the heart and the emotion of the film that really kind of sits with me. Again, it's just it's very similar to Justice League, broken characters finding people that are more like them, and Billy finding his family at the end. It's something that kind of I thought was the heart of the film.
Now you're making me sound really bad, man. Now you're making me sound really bad. I do like that whole heart feel of the movie. It's just I'm not into the kiddie stuff. Like I'm into like the dark.
Like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in the DC universe.
But I still like that movie too. I don't want people to be like, oh, he hates Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And then there's like a Instagram post.
Shazam is the Ant-Man of the DC. In
Okay.
regards to the films.
Good comparison, because I only seen that once, so that kind of makes sense for me now. All right, Tony Movie Chappie says Shazam, just such a fun movie from start to finish that it was one of those movies where it feels like it would have come out in the 80s, and I love that family dynamic.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like Big. Just like Tom Hanks' Big.
Luke Reviews says, for anyone that cares, we care about your opinion here on Levels of Geek, so I'm going to read it off for you. His ratings are Man of Steel 8.5, Batman v Superman a 9, Wonder Woman a 2. Suicide Squad 2.0, Wonder Woman 4.0, Justice League a 1.0, Aquaman 6.5. Not bad. That's pretty good.
4.0 for Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Luke.
that's out of the 10. That's
harsh.
crazy.
That's harsh.
Yeah. Let's see. Unboxing said the kids in this movie did a great job in acting. Yeah, they were pretty good. Some of them. There was other ones that were like. Jay Manley said, "I have fun with this movie." Derek, that's his son, likes this movie. As soon as it became available on streaming, we watched it 3x in a row. Things you do for your kids. Yeah, no, I blame you. I watched Jake the Neverland Pirates like all day with my kids, so trust me, I already know the damn songs. Jose said, I only watched this movie once as well. It's kind of meh to me. Derek has said, I'm back. Let's see. Luke says, the family stuff is done well by all means, but it's just don't think there's much outside of that. I think you got to let part 2 come out, and let's see if they have something different for the adults, right? You got to give it, or maybe it's still lighthearted. You never know.
I mean, if you guys, I don't know if you, a really good follow. I don't normally follow a lot of celebrities on Twitter and Instagram, but David F. Sandberg, the director of Shazam, he's a really good person to follow. He has a lot of good comedic beats to his sensibilities. So yeah, I like David F. Sandberg. So I would imagine that part 2 is going to play into both fields, but it might be a little bit darker. Who knows?
Yeah, you might. I mean, because it was kind of dark when it went dark. So Unboxing said, I will be 100% honest. Is Shazam worth watching in the IMAX? Answer is no. Because there was no scenes that were filmed in IMAX. Regardless if it's not filmed in IMAX, there were some cool scenes that IMAX it would have looked cool when he turned into Billy Bat.
Transform,
that transforming scene, it still looks badass to me. Like it just went poof.
I agree.
Either way, I'm looking forward to Fury of God. Sounds cool. Same here. Like I don't like the first one, but it doesn't mean that the sequel don't change. There's a lot of movies
get bigger, can get better.
Yeah, and I always said this, and I'm like, I like first. If the pilots are not good, give the second one a chance, and let's see what happens and where we go from there.
Did you see who they cast as the villain the other day?
Was there Helen
Mirren?
Yeah. Did you know who they casted for Black Adam, the villain?
I saw.
We're gonna talk about that. Oh yeah.
Man.
We're gonna be talking about that. All right, here we go. Shazam Steel Books. Here we go. This is the regular cover. Him chewing bubble gum like a big buffoon. I'm like, don't like it.
Yeah.
This is the Steel Book. Nah, right? It's like, don't like it.
I'm trying to remember which version. I have to check mine later. I think I might have that Steelbook.
Yeah.
Again, I don't revisit it too often, but I think I might have that one.
The one that I might get is the Jim Lee drawn version of Shazam, the comic
Jim
book.
Lee one?
It's a comic book drawn of Shazam, not Zachary Levi.
Nice.
And I'm like, I might pull the trigger just to have it, but then I'm gonna have 3 copies of a movie that I might give Shazam away. I might give away the regular copy of Shazam because I really don't need it. I got the 2 Steel Books if I get the other one, so I really don't need
the 2-year anniversary is coming up in April. So or 3-year anniversary.
There you go. I might do something like that. All right, here we go. Next on the list. All right, here goes another one. Now this is Margot Robbie's and them going. Okay, she's very popular. Yep. Let's see what happens. 2020. They said we're gonna give her own franchise. Let's see what happens with Harley Quinn.
Say the whole thing.
The Birds of Prey and the fabulous,
the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that crap. Constipation of fabulation. Like whatever it is, the most stupidest comic book name movie known to man. What did you think of this when you saw this in the theater?
Man, again, this word is coming up. These last 3 films, Aquaman, Shazam, and Birds of Prey, were all 3 different films from Man of Steel, BVS, and Wonder Woman because it played to the more bubblegum chewing, fun, Friday night movie. It's just a fun movie. Yes, it has, some questionable moments with some of the characters, some reimaginings of the characters of a sorts, like Black Mask and, his henchmen and all that stuff. And honestly, my only flaw with this movie is it's called Birds of Prey, but the Birds of Prey are, as Luke talked about earlier or Unboxing talked about BVS, they didn't fight all for 7 minutes. The Birds of Prey weren't on Birds of Prey. It's like the last 5 minutes of the movie. So that kind of was really that sucked for me because I really love the Birds of Prey in the comics, and particularly Black Canary's awesome. Yeah. Huntress is really cool, and we barely got them in the movie in regards to them as a unit. So that kind of sucked. But as a film, I had fun with it, man. Again, I didn't have high hopes for this film. This wasn't my most anticipated movie of the year, but it gave me a fun time. Harley Quinn and the crew, seeing them come together, and Harley, she's great in this role. I think she's fantastic as Harley Quinn. I understand why people don't like it, but at the end of the day, I had fun with this movie. A lot of fun with it, to be honest.
Yeah, this movie I never seen it in the theater because when I saw the trailer, I was like,
I see all my DC in theaters. I have to, man.
I was like, I am, but there's some of them that I'm like, and this was it. And this was it. I was like, this does not look good. Even in the trailer, I was like, this is not selling me. And the problem that I had with this was the whole she broke up with Joker, and I was like, it was done. It was done for me because I was like, I never even got a movie with Harley Quinn and Joker together, and you're gonna break them up in this her first solo movie, which I was like, oh no. That's a little nitpicking, but throughout the movie for me, it just didn't. It felt very Deadpool, and I didn't like Deadpool. So I was just like that whole fourth dimensional
breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, I don't like movies like that. Some of them maybe because I like the what's her name? Lola Holmes. She does that.
Oh, Enola Holmes. Yeah,
Enola Holmes.
Brown. Mm-hmm,
yeah, I like that movie. I thought it was pretty cool. But this movie, I was not into the whole fourth dimensional. I know a lot of people was into this movie. I just felt like the fight scenes were really corny. Like, really corny.
Really?
I was like,
people from John Wick were the ones behind the fight choreography.
I don't know what the hell they did because it didn't look like a John Wick movie. That whole scene in the fun house, I was like, this would have been 100 times better if the Joker was in the damn fun house, but he's not, and it was horrible when she was on skates, because I'm like, you dudes are waiting to get hit with a mallet. Makes no sense to me. Siren at the end of the damn movie decides to scream, which I was like, who decided to put this damn thing in the movie? I did not like the Huntress. Ewan McGregor, great actor, poor character. I thought it was a poor character for him in this movie. He was quirky, he was weird. I was like, this is not.
He didn't become we didn't see him as the Black Mask again, just like the Birds of Prey. They didn't come to like the end of the movie, like the last 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, so for me, it didn't work well. I was just like, I was like, this is a forgettable movie, and I know a lot of people would not even think about this going down the future. Once more movies are pump out, they're gonna even forget about this. But let's see what people say. Let's see what's Surfing Through Cinema. He's a big comic book guy because he knows his stuff. Because he says honestly, the copyright issues of about the history of Shazam are more interesting than this movie. That's cool. Jose said this is the next movie on his list to watch. Unboxing said Birds of Prey is enjoyable. I saw it in the theaters, and that was the first rated R movie I saw in theaters.
Wow,
interesting. I had a good time, but I didn't like it at first, and then I rewatched it, and I liked it the second time. Okay.
Interesting.
He also said yes. They should
not to cut you off, but that rated R wasn't even warranted. It didn't need to be a rated R film. Yeah.
No, it was stupid. It should have just been PG-13 and got more people into the theater.
Exactly.
And half those scenes that were rated R should have been cut because it didn't make sense to the movie anyway. But it is what it is. Let's see. Jay Malley says the Black Man should have not been in the story. He deserves a better storyline. All right. Tony What do you think?
No, I agree. I thought that, again, we see DC loves, Batman. They based the Suicide Squad around Batman villains, and the same with Black Mask. And I thought he was not the best portrayal as Roman.
All right, here we go. Tony Movie Chappie said, Birds of Prey was such a huge surprise for me. I had such a blast watching this from start to finish, and Margot Robbie just killed it as Harley Quinn, and I really like the Black Mask as the villain. Now, the difference I did not like about this Harley Quinn version is that she's a total 360 from the version we got from Suicide Squad. Like, I felt like she was different. For some reason, there was a difference in the character, for some reason, for me.
She was free. She was free, Alex.
She was
emancipated.
Yeah, she was free. Alex Thomas says the slipcover in the steelbook looks good for this movie. Have you seen the slipcover? I mean, the steelbook for this one?
Yeah, I actually bought this the one with Harley Quinn on the
car?
police car, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So good. I don't have to pull it out. Nate said Margot Robbie is the queen, and this movie is such a fun time. Nate, you don't know nothing. Go to bed. All right, here we go. Now just joking. Nate is in the house.
Nate's in the house.
But yeah, all right. So here you go. We're gonna go on to the next one. We're creeping up to the big shebang. Now this one is another controversial movie. It came out in 2021, I believe. It was Wonder Woman 84, right? Came out 21. So
2020 came out in December. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. All right. So, what did you think of this? If you saw it at home, most likely you saw it at home.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So, what did you think of this when you first saw it?
Well, Alex, I know you're not the biggest fan of Wonder Woman 1984. I again, knowing that Patty Jenkins is embracing the more lighthearted, the more lighter side, the more family-friendly Diana, and I think she captured that. Again, this is taking place in the 80s. We got literally Linda Carter is in the movie, which pays homage to the more tongue-in-cheek nature of that character. Again, if we just look at the trajectory of DC, from Aquaman, Shazam, to Birds of Prey, into Wonder Woman 84, you can see the direction is, let's get a little bit lighter. Let's get a little bit more family friendly. Let's have a little bit more of the lightheartedness of these superheroes. And I think that's where I kind of embraced the film in regards to, again, the tongue-in-cheek nature of Diana, less of the warrior, the Amazonian warrior, which I love, but less of that and more so of the fighting for humanity, fighting for mankind, greed and distrust and all the stuff that we got going in there. Life is good, but it can be better. And everything that we get with, the villains. Cheetah is no redeeming Cheetah. I love Kristen Wiig, but that design and that aesthetic of the character was not good at it at all. Maxwell Lord was the highlight of the film for me, besides Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. Their chemistry continues from Wonder Woman 2017 into this. I know all the people's flaws with the movie. I think I only gave it like a 3.5 out of 5. It's nowhere near the quality of the first Wonder Woman. But again, I'm going to say it again. I had fun, man. It's a fun film. Some of the stuff made no sense. Steve Trevor, the body transformation stuff, to me could have been played out better. Again, Cheetah was very underwhelming, man. I know when you had your first DC show, I know you were diving into Cheetah and Barbara and all that stuff. And this film, I don't know what they were doing with Cheetah with this one. That the origins of that, it should have just been Maxwell, and that was the main villain, or it should have just been Cheetah and not both of them, because Cheetah got the short end of the stick. Her character development was very, very poor in regards to the transformation of that terrible CGI cats thing that they put on screen. But again, just speaking to the heart of the film, and I think this is what Patty Jenkins wanted to do in the first Wonder Woman. It's not a big battle. Yes, we got the Cheetah fight. It happened really quickly, but it's all about the character moments of Diana breaking down Maxwell and ultimately saving the world from its greed and lust and all the stuff that they were wishing upon. So I see the flaws, but at the end of the day, I still have fun with 84.
Yeah, oh man, you see, it's hard to, cause you see the light even in the dark.
I see the light, man. I see the light.
Yeah, you do, cause this movie is total doo-doo, bro. Like, it's so bad. And the thing is like, I'm trying to find like even good moments, and even when I get the 4K, I am gonna watch it again. I'm gonna rewatch it, just to see if is there something there for me to like, but I cannot, because it's such a. For me, all right, Stephen Trevor comes back and is another body, another dude's body.
Yeah.
And
very, very.
And I understand it, and it's very weird because we're living in a society that cancels stupidity, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, let's be honest, right? Is that people got cancel culture, but if there's a message there, people go up in arms. Mm-hmm. And people was okay that Wonder Woman literally raped a guy that did not remember. Like that Stephen Trevor was in the guy's body. He didn't give consent for, to whatever. But if it was a reverse role, and if it was a dude who did what she did in the movie, it would have been talked about all over the place. Maxwell Lord was not even close to what he was in the comic books. Right. His powers is, what's it called? I think it's telekinesis, or what is it when you read the minds? Like Professor X? Yeah, telekinesis. I think that's what he has. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even have this in his movie. Like, it was, I was just like, what the? He just stone. Yeah, it was a stupid wish stone. Mm-hmm. Kristen Wiig, we went through it in DC Now and Forever. That had nothing to do with exactly what the character was about. Mm-hmm. and which was very sad because even when we went through it in DC Now and Forever, she had a great history in the character.
Yeah.
There was a conflict, and the thing is, like, I was telling my friend this. The movie started off in the Amazonian Olympic tryouts, right, where she was a kid.
Mascara. Yeah.
Why it couldn't have Barbara Minerva as one of the Amazonians, like it wasn't a damn comic when they were talking about it, and have her losing to the kid, so then she's jealous of her. Because that's the whole point of Cheetah. She's jealous of Diana. And you could do stuff like that as her doing that, and she leads the whole, but we didn't get that, and I agree with you. It was just so weird. Like, it was just like, I didn't like it. Some scenes with Diana just did not feel, it just looked weird. Her running through the streets looked really bad. Whereas in, the Marvel Captain America, he's running through the streets and looks perfect. Like, he just looks like...
and Black Panther and Civil War and all that.
Yeah, that all looks great, but Wonder Woman, for some reason, does not look natural. You could tell she's in ropes all the time. It just does not look like a natural feel. And that could be the flaw to Patty Jenkins' directing. Because even with Wonder Woman, there's a lot of scenes that I'm like, oh, that does not look as natural. As where Zack Snyder, she looks way natural with the sword, and she's doing a lot of stuff. So her flowing is really better. I don't know, it's just me, but this story for me did not land. But let's say I'm gonna give it another shot once the 4K comes out.
4K come out,
yeah. Let's see what happens. Maybe we'll have a discussion on it. It'll be fun. To tackle it again. But let's see what everyone thinks of this movie.
Let's see what they're talking about.
Here we go. Unboxing said Wonder Woman 1984 was such a big letdown. I was so disappointed, and I kind of wish the movie was shorter instead of a 2.5-hour running time they used in this movie, and the story really needed more work. Surfing Through Cinema said, here's my hot take. And he's laughing. I watched 84 and Soul on the same day. I actually like this one more. That being said, I didn't like Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. Chris Pine return was really weird. That's something that everyone said, is that whole him coming back was the weirdest thing.
And the weirdest thing about it is I don't know why we couldn't just have Chris Pine in the role. Like, why couldn't he just be a manifestation of the character wishing him back into reality versus this whole body swapping thing? It was very questionable. I don't know what Patty was thinking on that one.
Yeah, that was weird. Luke Review says Pablo Pascal carried the hell out of it. He was okay. I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Yeah,
he was good.
Again, he was good, but again, be better.
Yeah, that's it was pretty cool. All right, here we go. Unboxing Women movie said, and that post credit was okay. I felt like the end credit scene was kind of useless, but I understand they were trying to show Linda because she was the original Wonder Woman. I would have preferred her showing up with a stupid gold suit than Wonder Woman putting it on, because it was the most useless gold suit I ever seen in my life.
It was the marketing on that. They dropped the ball on that. I thought and not to dive deeper into this film, but I would have thought that it would have been nicer if Diana would have had to go back to Themyscira to get the golden shield versus the way it was just laying in her closet for however long collecting dust. So there's some plot holes and some stuff that could have been ironed out better.
But would have preferred Linda Carter showing up helping her with the suit? Because that was her suit, right? She was.
I think that would have been cool. I think again, they definitely want to shine a light. It's Gal's franchise now, and passing the baton of sorts. But who knows, man? We got Wonder Woman 3. Linda might suit up in that one. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe she'll be like, hey, what the hell did you do to my suit?
Right?
She destroyed it. It was funny with that suit because it was like, and no man could break through it. It's destructible, and Cheetah's ripping the shit out of it like nothing. I was like, what? Okay, whatever. All right, here we go. That was a waste. Let's see. Tony Movie Chappie says, this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I actually prefer this over the original. I really like the bold direction that Patty decided to take with this film. Ooh, Tony Movie Chappie. That's very bold.
Different direction. Yeah,
it is. Let's see. Serving Through Cinema. This wasn't any. There wasn't any 80s music. The trailer was a chunk full of it, and yet not a single song of it. That was my biggest gripe too. I was like, you're in the 80s and there was no music. Made no sense.
I mean, they got Hans Zimmer. You can't. You hire Hans Zimmer to bring in his score, not soundtrack. So
Rob says she looked good. She looked like 3CPO in the gold suit. I guess that was a good one. Jay Manley said, I love Linda Carter, fun part of the film, in my opinion. She was in the last 2 minutes of the film. Like, not even in the 2 minutes. She was like 30 minutes into the damn credits, and then you see her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up watching Wonder Woman in the 80s. Yeah, hey, that's pretty cool. Robert Makes the Cut is laughing. All right, here we go. We are going to the one that I think the motherlode of comic book movies, Zack Snyder, Justice League 4-hour cut of this movie. Now, Elliott, how many times did you see it since today? I mean, till today?
Since last Thursday.
Yeah, since last Thursday when we talked.
Well, all together probably 4 times, but like I've watched like
there?
my favorite parts like 6 or 7 times. Like I'll jump into part 6 and watch that for 30, 45 minutes. I'll jump into part 4. But I've seen the film from, all 4 hours of it 4 times in total now.
Okay, I saw it 6 times.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
and you know what? And I'm
24
gonna make,
hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a bold statement here.
Let's hear it, man. Let's hear it.
This is the best comic book movie I think was ever assembled on screen. And I know people are going to say 4 hours and all this. I don't care for that 4 hours. I'm talking about comic book, like me picking up a graphic novel and just throwing it on the screen. That is this movie. To the point that any scene that we pick up in this movie, you're going to be locked in and continue watching. Yeah. I never felt that with a Marvel movie except Winter Soldier. And that's a different take on a comic book movie because that's more of an action spy-ish type movie. It's not more of a comic book movie. I'm talking about a straight comic book movie. And this is a comic book movie. Like, it doesn't feel like any movie that you ever seen before. And I think the reason why is that unique chapter to chapter break. That's what to me makes this movie
a different experience.
A different experience. And this is what I wanted to say before I left your show was this is the way I want to see comic book movies going now. Because it makes the experience so much better. It made 4 hours and 2 minutes never happen for me.
Yeah, it flew by, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's so awesome because it ends. Part 2 starts somewhere else different, and you already know where we're going. Like it does. You didn't need to know where we're going from there, and that's what I loved about what Zack Snyder did with this movie. Now, granted, Elliott, this is something. Let's say Josh Whedon's stuff never came out in 2017, and let's say Zack Snyder took over. We would never got the chapters. Maybe we did. Maybe we didn't. But we would never had a 4-hour cut of this movie.
No way.
So we would not know how this movie would really turn out in a 3-hour cut, like you said before. So now, for you, what movie do you think could come close to this style? Or you could put this movie up against and you say, you know what? It's kind of in the even playing field. For those Marvel fans out there that are gloating, what are you thinking in the Marvel universe? Because you are a Marvel guy. So right now, he hosts a show on Saturdays. It's a really good show. He does the TV shows and he does the movies sometimes. If there's a big movie, they break it down. Him, Amanda, they betrayed me. They went from the blue to the red, but it's okay. I still love them too. But with that said, which of the movies that you think could come close to this experience? And, whatever you feel of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it is unfair that, unfortunately, we all had to see, Zack Snyder's film at home, which was a much, to the benefit of an Infinity War or Endgame, that theatrical experience is something I'll never forget. And that, probably enhances my experience of how I took in the film for the first time, being in a crowd of people, bring me Thanos and Endgame or Infinity War, and obviously On Your Left and Endgame and the battle at that. So I think that Infinity War and Endgame for me has an advantage because how I was able to see it for the first time wasn't at home, which, I have a nice little setup, but it's nothing like being in a dark room with, hundreds of other people embracing this, 10 years worth, which we'll get to the future of DC. But again, Marvel had 10 years of building these characters, building those scenes. So when you see Iron Man, die at Endgame, it has a lot of resonance. It has a lot of emotion because you've built that for 10 years. So that is one of the biggest reasons why Endgame and Infinity War is a little bit more high, not a lot by higher, but it is better films for me just because of the history and also the experience of how I watched it. But to the advantage of Zack Snyder, he didn't have 10 years to build these characters. He didn't have a theatrical experience to see this film, but yet I compare this film to Infinity War and Endgame just based on the story, the spectacle. It was an event film in regards to watching it at home and how it was all set up for the last 4 years of building this film and the execution of this movie. Again, we never got a Cyborg origin movie. We got it in this film. Flash, no origin movie, we got in this movie. The continuation of the trilogy of Ben Affleck as Batman, someone who was relentless in taking out this Kryptonian alien who Alfred said, if there's a 1% chance, Alfred, we gotta be sure. So just the fact that he was gun-ho on killing this man, to bringing him back, to having hope, to, saving the world, and having faith and building his team, Earth's protectors. So seeing his arc, seeing Wonder Woman, again, I'm not a fan of her walking away from humanity, but seeing her bringing the band together, coming together as a unit, ultimately want to go back home to Themyscira, her through line. And I said it in my review for, Joss Whedon, for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Superman was perfect in this movie, man. Everything, even though I wanted more of Henry Cavill, and we'll talk about the future later. But again, I thought he was perfect in the film. And then, man, Cyborg stole this movie from me, man. The heart, the soul of this story, the family dynamic, him being a broken character, being lost, being lonely, to banding together with the Justice League was such a great storyline. And it's so much to be said about this film, man. Again, even though I didn't see it in theater, even though it didn't have 10 years of previous movies, Zack Snyder was able to accomplish me caring for these characters, me appreciating these characters, me rooting for these characters. Wanted to see more of these characters, which we'll talk about later. But I thought it was a great film, man. It's Zack Snyder. This was his swan song. This is the last time we're going to see Snyder in DC, man. He went out with a bang.
Yeah, he did go out with a bang. Let me go through everybody because now everyone is putting a lot of stuff. And I know it's controversial because I'm saying this is the best movie over the Marvels. But
That's
you know
awesome,
what?
Man. Yeah.
It's my opinion. But guess what?
Exactly,
I haven't seen Endgame since
2019.
No, since I think in the theater. I didn't even watch it because I did not. I didn't even like it. I thought it was a boring movie and it was a 3-hour cut. But this one is a 4-hour cut and I enjoyed it way more. Infinity War is my best one out of the two Marvel movies. I think it was a way better pacing. To me,
Infinity War, that's my favorite film in the MCU.
Yeah. So, all right. So, with that said, let's get right into it. Alex, all right. So, he goes, Lou's review says, hallelujah. Alex Thomas says, I seen the Snyder Cut 4 times. Nice. He also said, I watched Snyder Justice League while I'm at work. Ooh. Unboxing says, Snyder Cut. The Justice League was such an amazing movie that this movie has some of the best action sequences of all time. And I am so glad Zach finally got to show his vision, and this is the best DC movie. JB said no, Civil War and the Captain America was. No, I'm sorry. It's a best team versus team in Civil War, but in terms of a best moment in terms of superheroes fighting against bad guys, I think DC wins in that department. Now, Marvel has best team fighting for some reason. They're very good at putting the epic battles between themselves fighting each other. But when it comes to them fighting their villains, it's not as epic and memorable, which is weird. If you think about it, Ultron versus the Avengers, was that kind of memorable? No, not as much, because they didn't fight them as much. You know what I mean? Thanos, was it memorable in Endgame? Absolutely not, because they were fighting mostly the damn army, and then when they did fight, you know what I mean?
Man, Cap versus Thanos is something I'll never forget, man.
No, but that right, but it wasn't like a Justice League style that they all fought Thanos in one fight. It was either each of them was having a shine against Thanos, and we're getting ripped apart, or someone came and knocked them to the side. I don't know. I guess I'm maybe because I'm biased to DC. It gotta be that.
Wonder Woman, she went for the head. Thor didn't go for the head, and Wonder Woman did.
Because DC know how to kill them right. They were like, we're gonna send a message. We're gonna send it right through the damn portal. We're gonna kill this dude, slice his head open, and say, you know what? Don't even dare. All right, so here we go. JB said no Civil War and Captain America. Okay. Let me see. Unboxing says Zack Snyder. All right. Luke review says, I agree, Alex. Although I think Into the Spider-Verse is a little ahead because it's still literally a comic book movie as a movie. I guess. I haven't seen that much of it. Like, I seen it once, I think.
That movie.
Yeah, I seen it once.
I love Spider-Verse, man.
I would like to see the sequel. But let's see.
Next year.
Unboxing said I definitely worth a 4-hour running time. Alex Thomas says I absolutely love this movie. I need it on 4K. I need a steelbook, digibook, a standard
the whole
slipcover.
thing.
Yeah, you need the works.
Need a DVD.
Yeah, Warner Brothers, why would you not let Zack Snyder show his vision on the big screen? We're going to talk about that in a few.
yeah.
Unboxing said Endgame and Infinity War, and then Black Superman looks amazing. Yep. Luke Reviews says Endgame and Infinity War worked because they had 20 movies before them. Zack Snyder Justice League works because it was able to tell its own story so well. Different films, different experiences. Absolutely,
well said,
you're very right. It's DC is more built on like a comic book style of film. Whereas you don't need to get 20 pages of comics to understand what's going on like Marvel does, like in the movies aspect. Whereas Justice League, he just told you right off the bat, like, this is what's going to happen. You know Superman already. You know Batman. You know all these characters. And this is their dilemma in 4 hours. Bam. There you go. In your face. And I love that.
You got the death of Superman, you know, obviously what we got with BVS and all of that. So there's definitely more comic book references in the DC universe, where at this point Marvel, I mean, literally Endgame is not based on any comic book. It's literally based on Marvel. It's based on the MCU. I mean, sure, there's inspirations and stuff, but yeah, DC definitely embraces the comics a little bit more.
Yeah, you're right. Serving Through Cinema says that I'm still going to wait until it comes on iTunes to rent, then I'll buy it on 4K if I like it. You have not seen it on HBO Max, or you don't have HBO Max? Or unless, I don't know, wherever you live might not have HBO Max, because I know a lot of people had that problem trying to check out the movie. With that said, here are some problems that Zack Snyder was running through with this movie. Zack Snyder confirmed this week. He came on a podcast. I don't know the name of the podcast, so I'm sorry. But he came on a podcast, and he said that he shot Jon Stewart in his driveway with Batman himself for the ending of the movie. They put it in the movie. They showed it to Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers said you had to take it out. And he was going to quit the project, and he thought about it. He thought about the fans, and then he just put in the Manhunter into the film. So you actually was not going to get Justice League at all, because he was going to quit because he wanted Green Lantern Jon Stewart to show his face at the end of the movie. So there is a scene out there with Jon Stewart at the end of the movie. So what do you think of that, Elliott?
I mean, that's a lot, man. That's unfortunate, because I'm a big Jon Stewart Green Lantern fan. Again, you know, knowing that Zack Snyder probably knows that this is his last film with DC. He wanted to give us everything, man. He wanted to give us Granny Goodness, Jon Stewart, you know, all the different nuances and Easter eggs. He wanted to throw it all at us. The nightmare sequence, Joker and Batman interacting for the first time. It's Ben Affleck and Jared Leto. So, yeah, that sucks, man. I would love to see that. Who knows? You know, we might get that.
You
that
might
scene
get
in
it.
the Blu-ray or DVD or something like that.
Yeah, you might get it.
Yeah.
And supposedly he's a big actor that
I was gonna say, I
everyone
wonder
knows.
who he casted.
It's
Yeah,
a
I
big
wonder who he
actor,
put.
but supposedly he cannot put the name out there for some reason. I don't know why, but he said it's a big dude that came to his house, and they shot the scene in his driveway. So I don't know if that where Batman is Zack Snyder's house, because he talked about the driveway, and I'm like, that's a beautiful home next to a lake, if that is his house. Let's see. Surfing Through Cinema said, I used to have HBO Max. I had a great deal, $10.99, but that expired. It got too expensive. Hey, totally understand, man. It's a very expensive thing. Unboxing says Warner Brothers are such a hoe to Zack Snyder. So other than that, the CEO of Warner Media came out, and she came out and she just laid it down. She laid the law, and she's like, she's like, I don't care what hashtags you put up there. There is not going to be a sequel to this movie. He did his 3 movies. We're going to continue going down the path and developing more DC movies for you guys to enjoy. A lot of people got angry. They started to do this whole revolution again, and she's like, the shit is not happening anymore. So don't even think it. The whole hashtag restored it. You can say it till you turn blue. They are not falling for this anymore. They said they're done. And then they started to talking about the toxic fans of DC. And that's where, to me, it starts to get a little bit personal. It's like, first, you should shut your mouth, because now you're attacking the people that are going to have to pay to see your movie, And the more you keep talking down about them, the more the movie comes out, they're not going to support whatever project that you're going to put on the screen if you're trying to make money. Just let them voice their opinions, because that's what Twitter is about. That's what Instagram is about. Let them say what they got to say. You don't have to respond. The more you respond, the more you're throwing fuel in the fire. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you want to side. Me and you want the Snyder. Everyone wants a second Snyder version. But Snyder himself did come out and say that he does not want to do any more DC movies.
Which
and
is
I know,
understandable.
So I understand he wants to walk away, but a lot of people are like, but money talks. You know what? It does, but he might have his opinions why, and it could be Warner Brothers interfering with his visions.
Right.
And this movie, they literally let the guy do whatever he wanted. So we don't know how different this could have been if Warner Brothers were attached, going, you know what? We don't like this, take this away. And and it looks like this guy does not take crap from nobody, because he still shot the scenes anyway.
Changed the suit. He shot the black suit, even though they told him not to. He's like, you know what? They're gonna change their mind a little bit later with Superman's suit. So yeah, he's a bold man.
Yeah, very smart moves. I mean, they told him not to film Green Lantern. He shot it anyway, put it in the movie. He sent it to them. So I love Zack Snyder even more, because he reminds me of me, a rebel. I was like, my man. So I like him. So yeah, I mean, he's my man. There you go. That's my dude. Let me see. Jay Manley said twice for me. We got the best of Zach. And he may be done with DC, but you wait. I can't wait to see what else he directs. DC dropped the ball. I'm a big supporter. Nate got me into the Sucker Punch. I love Sucker Punch. I love that movie, dude. And I loved it, dude. I don't know why. It's a great film. I have not seen the extended cut. I do own it, but I do love that movie. Luke says it feels like Netflix can go crazy with Zack Snyder named for the Army of the Dead marketing. You know what? Now, let's be honest. Now Netflix is going to make a ton of money, because of Justice League success, everyone's going to flock to see this Army of the Dead in the theater. And what sucks for me, and it gets me really angry, is the fact that Zack Snyder finally proved himself to the DC fans that his vision that he put together, whether you hated Batman v Superman or you hated Man of Steel, there was a story, and he ended it. People loved it. I wish he deserved the box office numbers, because this movie would have easily grossed $1 billion in the box office for him and his career. So far, supposedly, it made $600 million. I don't know how streaming works. I really don't know, but I guess the more you watch it, the money goes up. But again, to this day, Warner Brothers will never release those numbers if it passes $1 billion, because then they're gonna be like, "Well, I told you so." People are gonna want to watch that. So, all right, so we're gonna go into the future DC. I'm gonna let you guys speak a little bit more on this, because I don't want this to be like a 4-hour freaking show. So with that said,
no worries, man. This is a lot of good stuff with DC, man. We're big fans of the IP.
Yeah. So I mean, with the Justice League, there are some moments. If you want to say some of your favorite moments of the any of the movie scenes, it's up to you.
Man. Wonder Woman bank scene comes to mind. Seeing her take out those goons was great. Opening up the film with Superman's death was great. Steppenwolf versus the Amazonians was awesome. Cyborg's origins of how he has all of his powers to his fingers, but he decides to help a woman and her kids was just a great moment of showing you really who he is inside. Superman coming back was obviously everything. Like I said, Superman was fantastic. Flash, going into the Speed Force both times, but particularly in the last half of the film was incredible. The score was awesome. The nightmare sequence, or I should say the nightmare that Cyborg has, and seeing the future and seeing the anti-life equation being used on Superman and taking away his will. The death of Wonder Woman and Aquaman. I mean, I can go on and on and on, man. There's so many epic moments. Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah, for me, my epic moment is the entire film, because from beginning to end is such a roller coaster ride for me of emotions and happy and screaming at the screen going, hell yeah! Like Batman doing his shine, Cyborg looking good when he spins and burns all the buildings, and he goes through the falling buildings, all of them coming together to help Batman. They do that poster shot, which I was like, yeah! That is amazing. Jeremy Irons as Alfred was amazing.
So great.
The Flash started to grow on me a bit, but it kind of sucks because we don't know where it's going to go. We're going to talk about that in a few. And then everyone is so good.
Everyone's great, man. The only one, and we talked about it Sunday, the only character that I felt like was just fine was Aquaman. His whole subplot with Mara was awkward. Volko scenes were weird. The Aquaman stuff was probably the out of the entire league, he was probably the only one that, to me, from Josh's cut to Zack Snyder's cut, to me, it didn't really do much for me, if I'm being honest. Aquaman.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you. I mean, the Aquaman, I mean, I do prefer the personality of Aquaman in this version. Instead of the other one. But yeah, I totally get it. All right, so here we go. Let me see what some people are saying here, and then we're going to go right into the future of DC quick. Jay Manley said, I'm sorry, no. Jose said, Luke said, BX Lenny said, if they're going to do on the toxic DC fans, then sell it to someone who appreciate us. Jose says Steppenwolf looked better, and Justice League defeating him was way better than the Josh Whedon version.
Oh, yeah,
hands down. Unboxing said, I really like how Aquaman just stabbed the crap out of Steppenwolf, and then Wonder Woman cutting his head off. Yeah.
Finish him.
Triburo said, a classic film already, seen it 4 times. Let Snyder direct all DC films from now on. Yeah, I mean, that's something.
I don't know if he want to do that.
Yeah, no. His whole life would be DC. Like, all right, here we go. Let's just do that. All right. We're going to go right into the future of DC. We're going to do this super quick because I don't want to take Elliott's time. He gave us so much time.
Man. You're good.
So here we go. We're gonna start off with the Suicide Squad. That is coming out, and I have the actual dates. So I'm very prepared for this episode. It's August 6th, 2021.
August 6th, nice.
This comes out. So this is this year. This is a movie I'm very, very looking forward to. Because I know James Gunn is a real comic book reader. So I know he's going to do justice to these characters. And I like Guardians. I'm not a big fan of it, but I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. It's one of those movies that I like to pop on with the kids because the kids like the flying space stuff. So
yeah,
I like it. It's not. I mean, I don't like part 2. Something about part 2 is not for me. But in terms of Suicide Squad, is there a character you're looking forward to seeing besides Harley Quinn? Because I know everyone's saying Harley Quinn. But is there another new character you're dying to see on screen that he's going to put out for you?
King Shark. Shark, man. I'm excited for him to chop off some heads and really use that rated R-ness to his advantage. Like you just mentioned, James Gunn, man, again, being a horror fan, Slither and, the bulk hole experiment they did a couple years ago. This man can get bloody and gory, and I love that he's going to be having a shark to his disposal. So it'll be King Shark for me. And there's a couple other obscure characters like Polka Dot Man and seeing we talked about John Cena earlier with Peacemaker. He's going to get his own show, so I would imagine he's a standout. But I'm excited for King Shark, man.
The one that I'm actually looking forward to, and I don't know his name, maybe you can help me out, is Ezra Alba's character. Because I love him as an actor.
Is it Bloodsport? Or is
I think so, right?
Is that Pete Davidson's character? I can't remember. I have to look it up right quick. It's either Bloodsport or Splut, something like that. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I love him as an actor. I wish he was a 007 when he was younger. But other than that, or he could have been my Jon Stewart in Green Lantern.
Bloodsport. Yeah, it is Bloodsport.
That's what he is?
Yep.
Bloodsport? Yeah. Yep. I mean, I think he's going to be amazing in that role. I mean, there's a great cast here. We really don't know what the plot is in this movie, right? They haven't released the plot yet.
No, I think the rumblings is going to be them taking on the, apparently I think it's what is this, the Star character. It's like a fish character. I think it's going to be voiced by Taika Waititi. But regardless of what the plot is, I'm just excited to see these characters come to life and see what weird, crazy stuff James Gunn has up his sleeve.
Yeah, it's gonna be very quirky. I hope it's a successful movie. Where it branches for more sequels. Granted, this is coming out on theater and HBO Max at the same time, I believe. So I'll be watching it from the comfort of my home, or maybe go see it in the theater. We'll see it both pretty much. But definitely gonna give money to them. So most likely I'll see it in the theater later down the week or something like that. But I'm definitely gonna watch it. All right, Luke Review says 80s R-rated. Okay, so his 80s R-rated war movie by James Gunn. So much potential. Okay, so it takes place in the 80s.
I could have sworn it was present day, but Luke might be right on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes place in the 80s. Rated R. Could be a hit. Ram17 says, E. Oh, hi. Yeah, that's someone for you,
Hey,
man.
what's going on? Yeah.
Let's see. King Shark unboxing. Jay
Oh, yeah.
Manley says Cyborg complete. Oh, yeah, they're talking about Justice League. So you guys are happy for Justice League. That is awesome. Oh, he says 80s vibe. He meant.
Yeah, but say I
So,
thought
yeah.
I think it's in the
Yeah.
I think it's a present timeline. Yeah, and yeah.
He's gonna make it quirky with all those
Oh,
like
yeah.
what's it called? Action. Well, what's it called? Freeze frame. When they all like
Mm-hmm.
stop and then there's like a weird comic book thing. I think they're gonna utilize a lot of that freeze frame style. And I
There's
like
gonna be
movies
a lot
like
of
that.
dead bodies. A lot of I think
yeah.
half of the squad's gonna die like within 15 minutes.
Now,
they're gonna have
this
like a new squad.
Now, the question that I have for you is this. Do you think the future of DC should stay in this dark rated R version where Snyder started it now with this Justice League and people are now eating it up? Do you think they should continue going down this path, or do you think they should not?
I mean, it depends on the character, like
Okay.
a Joker. I don't want to see a Birds of Prey treatment or Shazam treatment to a Joker film if they were to ever do that in the future, as we know with Joaquin Phoenix. But I don't want Shazam to be in Matt Reeves' Batman, right? I don't want that flavor. So I think it just depends on the character. Which again, based on Matt Reeves' trailer, it looks like they're embracing the more darker elements of Batman. But then, when we see Shazam 2 next year, it's going to probably be more of a lighthearted movie. We go to Black Adam later next year. It might be more of a darker movie. We go to Flash. It might be a lighter movie. So I think it just depends on the character.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. BX Lenny says, I think Zack Snyder spoiled us, and he has set the bar high. So any DC movie from here on would probably be measured by Zack Snyder. Justice League, it's hard to act. It's a hard act to follow. Unboxing said, I'm pretty hyped to see Sylvester Stallone and Kiki in the movie. Oh, yeah, my boy Sly is in the movie.
yeah.
Jay
It's like
Manley
YTV,
says, I'm not sure about Polka Dot Man.
Look at that man.
I bet he's going to make him the best character, and everyone's going to eat up. Watch. You're going to see it.
He's an interesting character, man. He's a Flash villain. So, yeah, Flash has some pretty quirky villains. And
Ooh,
Polka Dot
do you
Man's
think
one
he
of them.
might make a cameo? A
You never
surprise
know,
cameo?
man. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Hey.
Just to spark that whole flashpoint later in the following year.
They did say that they gave James Gunn any character to his disposal. So, Superman might be out there. Who knows?
See, that's dirty. Zack Snyder just wanted Jon Stewart, you bastards.
Yeah, they gave him. Yeah, again, they don't like Zack Snyder. There's some beef between Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder. They're not fans of his. So they limit him a lot.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, a lot of the ideas that you guys are seeing is all spawned from him, and they all taking it from him. He wanted a Superman with a family. They said no. They came out with Lois and Superman, the TV show, which made no damn sense. He wanted to do a mini-series about Robin getting killed, a comic book. They said no. And I'm like, that is the most stupidest thing, because you could have had the comic book fans eating that up, buying all these multiple copies.
They're
And
doing that now in the Titans, aren't they?
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
Titans plans to that storyline?
yeah. How
Red
dirty
Hood
is
and all
that? The
that.
guy came up with the damn idea, and they don't not letting him run.
Hey,
All right,
Hollywood,
so-
baby. It's Hollywood.
Yeah. So here we go. This is the next movie coming out March 4, 2022. That is the most anticipated movie, The Batman. Played by Robert Pattinson. We really don't know what's going to happen with Robert Pattinson. He does not like the role. I don't know. That's all a different situation. We'll talk about that another time. But when it comes to this movie, the trailer that we saw was only, 25% of the film being made. And it looked like it was done already. Because I was
Whole damn
like,
thing was ready.
yeah, it is one of the best. I got to say, one of the best Batman trailers I think I've
Trailers.
ever
Oh.
seen in a long time.
100%.
Yeah.
100%, man.
And it might be better than, I know a lot of people are going to get mad, but it could be better than The Dark Knight when they introduced the Joker. I think this is one of the best Batman trailers
It's
I
up
think I've
there.
ever seen. You know what I
up
mean?
there.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best ones. And I love the tone. Me and you talked about this even when we did the DC fandom on the channel. I love the 7 vibe, and I love the whole noir, because we learned that's the thing that they
Detective.
just.
He's a detective, man.
Yes.
It's the first time we're going to see that.
Me and David went at it. Well, we didn't go at it. It was more me. David was quiet much, but he had some chime in, and I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
who
shoot
will
for
win
it.
in the fight, Batman or Tony Starks?
Batman or who?
Tony Starks. Iron
Man?
Yeah.
It's not even close, dude.
Say it.
Batman.
David, you heard
It's not
it
even
right here.
close.
Thank you. Thank you. David was like, "Oh, you crazy, Iron Man."
No.
No, man.
With the suit, without the suit, one hand behind his back, eyes closed, is Batman, man.
There you have it, people. Alex was not drinking Kool-Aid. Alex knows his favorite character. Batman will whoop that ass, even with the
it
suit
would have
on.
been close. It would be close.
Yeah, but you know what? I love David. He's good. But you know what? Yeah, there was no way. Come on. Batman takes on the Hulk, my man will whip his ass because he will know how to neutralize Bruce Wayne before he turns into the Hulk. And that's it. It's over for Bruce. Ass whipping right there. Everyone should know about Batman tactics, bro. He doesn't go in there fighting. He got to do strategy. He will learn.
mean, and gotta remember, man, he trained with the League of Shadows, man. He's also a pretty badass hand-to-hand combat fighter, man. So he can throw down with the best of them too.
The Vortex Studio says Iron Man will win. Nope.
Okay.
But that's your opinion. But that's nice. But no, he's not.
Yeah, wake up from the dream and come to reality.
Yeah. Wake up from your dream. Wait, that's a good one. All right. But with that said, we like the style that Matt Reeves talked about, even in the DC fandom, which was one of the best things DC ever put out for their fans. I think they should continue going on with that.
Oh yeah.
Every year. That is one of the coolest things for us YouTubers that are DC fans that collaborate with other YouTubers that are DC fans and come together as one to celebrate the thing that we love called DC. So I love that.
Sure.
We should be doing this more. But in terms of this Batman movie, I am so looking to see, and we still haven't seen Alfred to this
Haven't
day.
even seen my man Andy Serkis. We really haven't seen, Colin Farrell as the Penguin. We got a little bit of Catwoman with Zoe Kravitz. It's so much to this film. We haven't even seen Falcone, man. I mean, this film has so many weapons to his disposal. Riddler, played by Paul Dano, who's a fantastic actor. I mean, the cast is ridiculous, bro. It's crazy.
Ridiculous. Do you think they might tap into a little bit the Night of Owls storyline?
Oh, 100%. That's 100% happening. When they even in the trailer, when they show the card, it was like an owl on the card, and I think they're gonna play to the fact that Bruce Wayne's parents were affiliated with this underground society of causing conflict. I think Thomas Wayne didn't want to play with that the society anymore, and they killed him, man. I think that's gonna be the subplot for Batman 2 is that Night of Owls.
Yeah, that would be badass because I love that storyline. That's something we'll tackle in Good Morning
Illuminati
Gotham
type stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those things that your jaw drops when you start reading that because it's so good. And if it comes to life with the way they're trying to make the movie style like a 7 noir. The cast is amazing. But let's see what people are saying. Let's see. Unboxing said Alex always drinks the tropical Kool-Aid flavor. Yeah, I know my man. All right, BX Lenny says that's my concern also. All right. I can't wait to see how Andy Serkis as Alfred.
It's gonna be great.
Lucas review says he beat it out of that one dude, so I'm not worried. Yeah, he beat the crap out of that one dude.
I'm vengeance.
Someone asked about JB said, isn't Robert Pattinson kind of frail?
Oh, like his fatigue, his body shape.
I'm okay.
I mean,
with
I don't know. I think he's got. I think he beefed up for the role. I know the whole thing about him not want to work out. I think Robert Pattinson, number one, has a very unique sense of humor. So a lot of the stuff he was saying, like even when he said Batman's not a superhero in his eyes, he has a very unique sense of humor. But I think he's going to take the role seriously, as he's done this last 7 to 8 years. He's a fantastic actor. So I have faith. Again, I said it earlier in this stream. I have full faith in the casting of when they choose these people to play these iconic characters, and I think Robert Pattinson's going to blow the doors off the water.
I agree with you, and I like the fact that me and you talked about this even offline, that if it's a movie that we're getting Bruce Wayne year one, then he starts to upgrade. We finally get to see the Batcave upgrading. We finally get to see the Batmobile. Yeah. I am sucking this damn thing in like no tomorrow, because this is a movie that I always wanted to see come to life. Is all the gadgets come to life with the experience of Batman going through the years, and I hope part 2 takes place 10 years later and he's an adult. And you know what I mean?
Mind, we got the GCPD TV show, which I think is going to probably build some of the world building and build a little bit more of the mythos of Batman. And by the time we get the sequel, it might be year 4 or 5, and then potentially part 3 is 10 years on a row. So we'll see, man. Hopefully, again, in DC they have a plan. Hopefully there's a plan.
Do you think it's could be a unique situation here? And this is me spitballing theories and ideas and shit. Yeah, do you think the first movie would be Robert Pattinson, the second movie would be an older Robert Pattinson, but then by the third movie it'll be another actor, but he's an adult version of Batman with the fully gadgeted out, you know what I mean? Would it be something unique that way, or are they just gonna go the entire Robert Pattinson route. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess it just depends on Matt Reeves, how he wants to structure the story out. And again, Robert Pattinson maybe not want to be the franchise guy and be around for the next 10 years. You know, who knows? They might have to restructure. But I would personally like to see Robert Pattinson and whatever the story is, the vision. I would like to see him in the role.
Because I think it would be kind of unique. It would be like the first two Robert Pattinson, right? Because he's like in a teenage, so he'll look older. But then at the end, he'll become like it'll be like a 20-year later, and he's like mad built. Bruce Wayne, he looks mad jiggy. But he has the actual real Batmobile. All the villains are 20 years later, so now you see them how powerful they are, and you know what I mean, like something cool to that effect. That's just me though, but like that's what I would do if I was filmmaking this. Like I would use him, but then gradually not age him with technology, but actually age him with the actor, so he becomes more mature detective, more like even Commissioner Gordon would be the same actor. But right. Because you could put makeup on him to look older, but the Batman is the one that you really want to be aged to that point that you like Dark Arkham Asylum video game style, that he's like, yo, you'd be like, oh, that's crazy. But that's just me. That's what I would have done. But let's see. Survey Through Cinema says I have the Batman collection from the 75-year anniversary with Hush, Dark Knight Returns, and the Court of Owls, the best Batman stories of all time, in my opinion. And I hope the Batman lives up to that. We all do here, man. Yeah. Luke Review says, I love Patterson. The dude is amazing in everything he does lately. I wonder if Alex ever seen Patterson instead of what? Patterson instead of Patterson. Right?
Pattinson.
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 Oh, Pattinson. Yeah, so I seen that movie with the black and white. I enjoyed it.
Oh, The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Him and William Dafoe.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really good. Yeah, that was a really good movie. All right, so with that said, I don't want to harp on this Batman because we both love Batman to a lot, and we could talk about that to death. But JB says, producer Alex, good idea. See? It's a good idea, man. I'm telling you.
Cut the check.
And then you bring back Seal. You be like, baby, do a kiss from a rose. I'm just joking. You never want to do
Seal
that.
Back.
Bring back Seal and his kiss from a rose. Now, next movie. The Flash, November 4, 2022. Again, now we don't know if this. Yeah, we don't know if this is gonna stick. It might move back and forth. We really don't know what's gonna happen. But this is the date that I found on this movie. I'm using the concept art that we got from DC Fandom. What is your? Are you excited for this type of movie, or is this something that you're like, eh?
I'm more excited after seeing The Flash last week. I tell you that, man.
Me too.
Ezra Miller, he's still some things to work out, but I think he can pull it off. I think he's, people forget that he is a fantastic actor in his own right. Not necessarily based on the Fantastic Beasts films, but there's something about Kevin, Perks of Being a Wildflower. I think he's a really good actor, man. But we'll see what comes with Barry Allen. But I'm really excited about. Which gets me excited about this film is Andy Muschietti. I'm an Andy Muschietti fan, man. I think he's a fantastic director. Mama and obviously It Chapter 1, more so than It Chapter 2, but I think he's a fantastic actor. Or a director. I think what he was able to do with those kids in the It films, I think he'll be able to do that with adults with the Flash movie. So I'm really excited for Andy Muschietti. I'm excited for Batgirl, or not Batgirl, but Supergirl casting recently. Yeah. They casted his mom. They recasted his dad today. My man from Office Space is going to be Barry Allen's dad. It's not going to be Billy Crudup from the Zack Snyder's world due to scheduling. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I know Michael Keaton came out yesterday. I think he said that he hasn't even read the script yet, and he doesn't even know if he's coming back to play. What was rumored last year that he's going to be the mentor of sorts. Of course, we're getting Ben Affleck back, so we'll see, man. I'm excited for it. Again, the last week made me more excited for the film than I was, prior to it.
Yeah, one thing with the Flash, to me, one thing that they have to realize is please don't put so much characters in this movie because then it becomes a mess. It becomes a mess. If you're going to do the Paradox storyline, for the love of God, please do it right because it's going to be one of the talk of the town. People's going to rip this apart. Yeah. And if the characters do some stupid stuff that we know they don't do, the fandom is going to come down on Warner Brothers hard, and that's the thing that I'm so afraid of with these type of paradox movie, time travel movies.
Time travel, yeah.
And that's what hurt me. Zack Snyder did it right in this movie because he did not tap into that Speed Force or that time travel as much as everyone would thought. He did it just right. He gave it to you where you needed it, and you loved it. You're like, yeah, you ate it up.
Yep.
This movie, this guy is going full-fledged into the future or the past or whatever it is.
Yeah, man.
And it's,
we'll see. Yeah.
I'm scared, man. And that one, Supergirl, I'm happy. It's a Spanish chick, but they could have got Melissa Bonet, man. She does movies. I know you hate TV stars, but she did do a lot of movies.
I don't hate them.
You hate them. You don't like them in Zoo. But the thing is, she's been in a lot of big movies, though.
Really? Well, the only movie I ever saw her in was Whiplash.
She was in Patriots Day. She was the she was the sister
with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. See, blowing by. That's what it is. You don't want Grant Gunston. I understand, but Supergirl.
Grant can stay on TV, bro.
Yeah, I knew. I bet he'll show up in the cameo when he's going through time or something.
He probably will. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So all right, let's see what it say. Luke says, God damn, this movie sounds like it's gonna be an absolute mess. Unboxing said the Flash has some hope but just from everything that's going on, I don't really have as much hope as I did at first. But I'll definitely watch this in the theater. I kind of hoping this movie is 2.5 hours long because I feel like they can get a good story out of it with that running time. Yeah, look, when it comes to the Flash, it's going to be very, very, it depends on the writers. Depends on how they're going to go. What situation we're gonna go with. I hope Zack Snyder is attached as producer. Maybe he could help him guide the way with this character because I'm scared, dude. I'm really scared.
Christina Hutchins, I think, is the writer of Bumblebee and Birds of Prey.
Oh yeah, I'm losing hope, guys. That's what I'm saying. I'm losing hope. If it's like Birds of Prey, we have a doo-doo fest coming around. But all right, so look, that's Flash. I have no hope with the Batmans because if Michael Keaton don't come back, there was no point in announcing him and
Your
showing.
boy Batfleck is back, man. Ben's back.
I am, but I really want a Batman solo movie. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go with the next topic, Aquaman 2. Now it says to be determined. No, it says I'm sorry, December 16, 2022. Is Aquaman 2. I'm looking forward to going back to Atlantis. I like this character a lot. If they're gonna recast Mira, whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, I want to see Aquaman 2 already.
I want to see it, bro. I want to see it, man. James Wan's back behind the directing chair. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Mara in regards to Amber Heard being recasted. But I'm really excited to see Aquaman as the king of Atlantis and what that looks like. You know, Orm, him and his relationship with Patrick Wilson's character in regards to his brother. What's that dynamic? His mom is obviously back in the mix, Nicole Kidman. And obviously, you know, I think my boy Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as Black Manta is going to have a lot more to do in this film because he was kind of the secondary villain in the first film. So I would love to see. And he's obviously, since the first Aquaman's come out, he's a big time star. You know, he was. I don't want to spoil that for those that haven't seen Watchmen, but he was a big player in Watchmen. Obviously, you know, he's going to be in the Matrix. So Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is a mega star. So hopefully Black Manta has a much bigger role in this film. But again, I'm just really excited to see what a world looks like with Aquaman being the king of Atlantis and fighting the war between humans and, you know, the land people and the people underwater. So I'm really excited to see what they do with the sequel.
I have a feeling, a gut feeling that they kill his father in this movie.
Oh, his human. Yeah. Happy to see that happening and sparking a war of sorts. Yeah, potentially.
Yeah. And maybe his mom joins the fight and you get to see her do more stuff with Nicole Kidman. Or maybe just knock out both at the same time and even gives him more rage. I mean, because I'll be really mad
too. It's gonna be Batman all over again.
Yeah, it'll be mad dark. I doubt that. I think they'll do the father route. It'll be more because he's more attached to the sense. He's more attached to his dad. So that would make more sense. And then Nicole Kidman avenges her husband.
Yeah.
So
her baby daddy.
Unboxing said, I hear there going to be some horror references in this film, so I can't wait to see what they do with the horror.
They more of the trench, baby.
Yeah, maybe they go to that depth, and he uses all of them. Maybe he could
deeper.
Maybe since he's the king, he could control them.
Yeah, that's true. He's the king of the sea. Yeah.
Yeah, so he'd be like, I need you, Trench, and they will come out like, let's do this.
Here it is Aquaman versus Free Willy versus Jaws. 3-way fight.
Free Willy. All right, the next one on the list is Shazam 2: Fury of Gods.
Shazam.
Yeah, this one I might wait for it on maybe at home. I don't know if I'm gonna run to the theater and watch it, or we'll see. I'll wait to see people's facial reactions when they put it on Instagram. Their early copy reviews on this. But are you? I mean, I know you're gonna look forward to any DC property.
Yeah, like I said, I'm
but
excited for more of the family getting together and seeing them embrace their powers more. And what I really want to see is Black Adam making his way into this movie some way, somehow.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that next because I'm gonna bring it up now to speed everything
yeah.
up. There goes the Rock Johnson as Black Adam right now.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna kill it, man. He's gonna kill
so
it.
Awesome. So awesome.
And I hope this spawns into a trilogy. But knowing the Rock, he loves the people because he is the people's champ. He is gonna sign that big freaking deal, and he's gonna be your. I know what he said in DC fandom. He wants it, and I want it. I want to see, and this is my wish. I want to see Zack Snyder directing the Justice League with Black Adam. Oh my God, dude! Imagine the visuals of Dwayne Johnson fighting off Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Cyborg, Green Lantern, Martian the Manhunter. That that would be my dream,
One
dude.
can only dream, man.
Zack Snyder helming a Justice League versus Black Adam. So much dream.
Sounds beautiful.
It
Sounds
does.
beautiful,
It sounds like a 5-course meal from Chef Ramsay cooking it to me. Let's see. Luke Ryu says the Black Adam movie just climbed on my anticipated list with that Pierce Brosnan casting. Yes, Pierce Brosnan has signed on to play the main villain, and that right there, my friends, got me watching the movie in the theater in IMAX like 100 times because I love Pierce Brosnan as an actor. I love all his films besides the Mamma Mia crap. But I watch all his other movies, his November Man, all his action movies. I love that stuff. But yeah, I mean, what do you think of that? Pierce Brosnan as the villain.
Is he the villain or is he? I thought he got cast as Dr. Fate.
Oh, Dr. Fate. Isn't he Dr. Fate the villain? Or no, he's a guy from Watchmen.
He's a hero. He's one of the first leaders of the Justice Society. Yeah, he's Kent Peters. I can't remember the character's name, but the first iteration of Dr. Fate. So yeah, man, I thought he was cast as Dr. Fate.
Oh,
sorcerer.
Oh, dude, it doesn't even matter because Pierce Brosnan. He could be bad. He could be good.
He could be the janitor.
He could be the janitor. Yeah, that's right. He could be whatever the hell he wants.
He could be 00 James Bond.
00 Fate. 00 Fate. And I don't even care. That is great news for me. I love Pierce Brosnan. Like I said, I have most of his movies on my collection. I just think he's a great actor. So this made my day. Now I got to talk to my man Rock and see if he can give me an autograph. Not from The Rock. I want it from Pierce Brosnan. Sent to the house. I don't want your autograph, Black Adam. I want Dr. Fate's autograph. But with that, I would like to say there is, I think there's one more piece of right. Yes, the big controversy here. It's opening up the Pandora's box here. But Henry Cavill, we don't know if he's going to be Superman. But they're thinking of doing this iteration of Superman. And I don't want to open up Pandora's box because this, you know what I mean, in terms of like, it could go either way. And I just would like to say in terms of this is they need to figure out if this is the way they want to go, and they're going to have to push it really hard in the marketing. Because if the movie stinks and they're going to use the first black person Superman, color a person as a major superhero, they got to have the right story. If it's Michael B. Jordan or whatever, it is what it is. He has a great body, great actor. It's just going to suck for Henry Cavill because everyone knows him as Superman and they're going to compare him to whoever dons the suit. And I feel so bad for that person. And you already know, Elliott, that's the way everyone is, man. They're going to start comparing this guy to Henry Cavill in physique. So what do you think of this supposedly rumor? They're rebooting him with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, Michael B. Jordan, I've been supporting this man's career since he was in Hardball with Keanu Reeves, man, and when he was in The Wire. So I'm a big fan of Michael B. Jordan and how he shaped out his career, and he's a megastar, man. Honestly, man, I honestly want to see Trevante Rhodes in the role. I don't know if you remember him much from he was in Predator. He was the black guy in Predator, and he was also in Moon Knight.
Okay.
He was most recently in the Billie Holiday film. I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he actually fits the role a little bit more than Michael B. Jordan, because what I don't like with superhero movies is when the name's bigger than the character. But at the same time, you have to have, like, not a lot of people are familiar. I'm not too familiar with this version of Superman. So you might have to have a big name to sell, to put people to get a little excited for a character they might not be familiar with. But like you said, man, I mean, they got a great writer involved. The guy that's writing the script wrote some of the best Black Panther comics. So they do, we talked about, it doesn't always translate well with Jeff Johns being a writer for comics and him being a writer in movies, but hopefully this writer can bring some justice to the character. And again, it makes me scared because they haven't done justice to Superman in the DC with Henry Cavill. So what makes you think they're going to up the ante with a lesser known Superman? But, fingers crossed, man, that they got the right script, they got the right characters, they got the right story in mind, and hopefully they knock it out of the park, man. That's all I want for all these EC projects, is to be successful.
I totally agree with you. My only gripe is I don't mind they want to go down this road with Superman. My only thing is they should have picked a character, bring out more characters of another, like Jon Stewart. Like, why don't you give everyone Jon Stewart? Green, you understand what I mean? Like, why?
People are a lot more familiar with Jon Stewart.
Yeah, like, why are you going to bring up an iteration of Superman, right? That people are going to have, like, you already know, people are going to have problems with this throughout because everyone's facing Superman, and he's an iconic character. They're going to, the first thing they're going to be, he's playing Clark Kent. No, he's not playing Clark Kent. They're not going to put him as a Clark Kent. And that's the same thing with, and I love the story of Tim Fox as Batman, that miniseries.
The new iteration, is that going good so far?
Love it. It was a miniseries. It wasn't like an ongoing story.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. Gotcha. And I'm like, this is the way they need to put that on screen, the way they did it. But we all know that people are going to have problems with it because they're going to think he's Bruce Wayne. Yeah, it's a black guy playing, but it's like, no, he's not. He's the son of the guy who made the gadgets for Batman.
Lucius Fox.
Yeah, he's Lucius Fox's son.
Oh wow!
That dons the suit. Yeah, Tim Fox. That's why he's Tim Fox as Batman.
Gotcha.
But I'm like, that is awesome. But I don't know, man. I want this to succeed. I want this to succeed, and I hope they do it in a way that's super smart. That Henry Cavill comes out. You know what I mean? As a cameo, to be like, you know what? At least we have another Kryptonian, on Earth, like, just to help it. But I like it. I mean, I like the idea what we're going with. I just think is it the right time now because everyone wants more Man of Steel 2? That's the question. Will people take this? Will people want to see this more over Man of Steel 2? Or are they going to prove a point going, we're not going to see this because we already got us. Yeah. You understand what I mean? Like,
it's a tough thing to do because, like I said, they haven't pleased the fans and given us a sequel to Man of Steel, and it's like, have you guys forgotten about it? And if so, like, it's a slippery slope. It's a sticky situation. But again, fingers crossed.
Yep. So, look, there you have it, guys. I'm going to see what you guys are going to say here, and then we're going to start wrapping it up. So, with that said, Jay Manley said, I'm not say you guys are saying in general on unboxing. Oh, they're having a conversation on the side. Jay says, Jay, we know because, like, Alex and BX and we read the comic books. I do not know this character. I have not read this type of character. I think he's a newer character by the way you see the drawing. That's a modern drawing. But I will pull a lot of information on which iteration they're going to go with the Superman with this reboot. And for Good Morning Gotham, we will break down that Superman for you guys. Because I would like to go into the theater knowing this guy, like, not winging it, like, oh, what the hell is this? And I like to know the characters before I go in. Let's see. Jay said people need to understand.
2014 is when the character was created.
Oh, okay.
6 years ago, yeah.
So people said, Jay Manley says people need to understand that he's not going to be Clark Kent, though. That's the problem. The problem is that if they put him in a suit like that, everyone's going to compare him to Superman.
Or in the first trailer, just established this is an Earth 2 Superman.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh no. If you say not even, dude, you could even say if this is the actual Earth that Superman's in, you could say Superman disappeared. You could do that whole through the radio or something like, where is
I mean,
Superman?
we know, Supergirl's gonna be in the Flash, so that's an easy way to already establish that she comes from another universe. She comes from this world where there's another Superman, Zod, I think his name is. So, yeah, they can establish it next year with Supergirl that she comes from another Earth, and so does Superman.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a spotlight on Good Morning Gotham on characters that are gonna be appearing on the movie, so you guys can see and learn the characters because.
Yep.
We need to look at these characters before we go in the theater because I really don't want people to go to the theater and because he's a bad person playing Superman and you get pissed off and go, I'm not gonna go see it. Learn the character because there's always and DC has great storylines for whatever characters. So trust me, I bet he has a really kick-ass story becoming Superman. So we're definitely gonna tap that. Me and Jimmy on Good Morning Gotham. I'll pull out all the I'll do a lot of research on that one. But with that said, I'm gonna put up the link. So if you guys want to join in, and I'm gonna put a 10-minute clock so you guys don't go over because I want you guys to, if you want to talk to me and Elliott, give you guys your opinion on Oh, we didn't even rank the DCEU.
Oh, I got my ranking right here, bro.
Yeah, let's do it quick. All right, we're gonna do it quick right now, and then I'm gonna give you guys the code so you guys can join in the show for 10 minutes. All right, go ahead, Elliott.
First?
Yeah, go first.
All right, man. Let's see. Let me pull it up. Let me see where we at. Number 10 for me is Suicide Squad. Actually, number 100 is Suicide Squad, all the way down the list. Coming in at number 9 is 2017's Justice League. We already talked about it, the reasons of why it's low on my list. Number 8 is Birds of Prey. Even though, like I said, I had fun, it's not a film I find myself watching a lot. Number 7, even though it's another fun film, I got Aquaman coming in number 7, which coming in number 6 is Wonder Woman 84. Number 5 for me is Shazam. Again, family fun, and I'm excited for the sequel. Number 4 for me is Batman versus Superman, and particularly the Ultimate Edition. Fleshed out the characters, fleshed out the story, and again, I'm a big fan of that film. Number 3 for me is 2017's Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman, which again, we talked about my reasons why I love that movie. It's a great origin story and a great love story as well. Then number 2 is most recently Zack Snyder's Justice League. Again, only a week old for me. Who knows? It might be number 1 after multiple more viewings, but right now it's sitting at my number 2, which leaves number 1 for me at Man of Steel 2013, Zack Snyder's beginning of Zack Snyder's universe and the beginnings of a Superman that I love. Again, I wasn't a fan of Superman, and 2, we got this version.
Yeah, all right, so here we go. This is mine. I have not put this up on this is the first time me saying this live. So I want to see if me and Elliott has the same ones.
Let's see,
number 10 is Justice League 2017. We all agree on that one. Number 9 is Suicide Squad from 2016. Number 8 is Birds of Prey 2020. Number 7 is Wonder Woman 84.
Okay.
Number 6 is Shazam. Number 5 is Aquaman. Number 4 is Wonder Woman from 2017. Number 3 is Man of Steel. Number 2 is Batman v Superman, and number 1 is Zack Snyder Justice League. Yeah, that is my rankings, and I don't know if that's gonna change for a very long time until Matt Reeves' Batman come out.
Oh,
that might take the slot. But yeah, those are my rankings. I'm gonna put up the link now. You guys want to call in? It'll be awesome. Want to talk to you guys. If you want to do audio, you're shy on being on video, you can talk to us through audio. That's okay. You want to talk to me and Elliott, you want to ask some questions, we're here to answer them. But you guys got a 10-minute on the clock. I'm going to start the clock now, and there you go. You want to call in? You're more than welcome to. But Elliott, thank you so much for joining in, man. I always have a great time when you come in and we talk DC.
Hey, man. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great thing. Oh, Jay's in. All right, hold
first
on.
Caller?
Yeah, first caller. Let me bring him in. Poop. All right, Jay, how you doing? You're on.
There we go.
Yeah.
Jay,
what's up, Jay?
man?
Hey, Elliott, how you doing this evening?
Doing good, man. I think this is the first time I've seen you in person, man. We, I know you're a big supporter of the channel, man. So I'm glad to see you live in the flesh, in a sense, right? On virtual.
You seen me before. You see me on the holiday.
That's true, man. It feels so long ago. You're right.
Elliott does so much shows he can't recollect.
So many. My apologies. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. It's all good.
What you got, Jay? What you got for us?
My one thing I wanted to say is, yeah, I want to say the Zack Snyder cut was my favorite one of all.
Nice.
And what made me enjoy it was the Cyborg story. I thought that was really, really good. I mean, you didn't get enough out of the Whedon cut, and there wasn't enough of it. And when you saw it in the Snyder cut, I mean, it just like you felt for him, and what can you say about it? It was just amazing.
It's a hard story.
Yeah.
Great story. And from the part where he's introduced and where he's riding in the car with his mother, and they're having that conversation, and just how you felt that part, and all the way to the part where he loses his father, you know, and it was so emotional. It was a beautiful story. I mean, they can almost just do a whole movie with just Cyborg itself if they wanted to.
That was the plan. That was the whole
plan.
Yeah. What's my man's name that plays Styles Stone? Who was in Terminator? What's the actor's name? His name's slipping me, man. But he's always sacrificing himself, right? He dies in Terminator.
Yes. When he's in the, I cannot think of his name now.
But I know you're talking
Terminator,
about the
yes. He when he's
shaking,
got
he's holding the detonator.
shaking. He's got the Terminator hand.
He's always sacrificing.
He sacrifices himself in that too. You know what? I was thinking about that robotic arm. Yeah.
Joe Morton. Joe Morton's name.
That's it. Yeah.
It's Miles. Yeah, Miles.
Yeah. You know, I'm glad you brought that up. I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Alex, and one thing that I was going to say to Alex is that I knew Alex was going to say that he liked Wonder Woman much better in this movie than any other movie. When we were watching your whole show on was it Sunday? Was
Elliott's was a show Sunday? Yeah, Sunday.
Or was it?
Yeah, Sunday.
Oh, the
on your
stream,
channel.
Sunday.
Sunday.
It was Sunday, yeah. And Alex made the comment that this was a much better Wonder Woman that we got than any other movie. I know Alex is going to say something about Wonder Woman, and and he did. He said it, and and that was it was. I mean, that bank robbery scene where she came together and just
tore those guys
with
up.
the bracelets and everything.
I mean, I could just say this right now.
It's like, why couldn't we got that in the 84? It's like, that's the Wonder Woman. Honestly, that's the Wonder Woman we should have got too.
Well, I mean, different directors, different,
your
visions,
opinion, Alex? Do you have anything to?
I will say is that
I cannot hear him.
You can't hear me? Ariel can hear me.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Jay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
You can't hear me,
Elliott, but I can't hear Alex.
Oh, it's okay. Just tell him that.
He wants me to tell you, Jay.
Just tell him that it is still the best. Anyway, that bank scene to me.
Something is going on here.
Yeah, the bank scene over No Man's Land.
Yeah.
If you can name me another scene that Wonder Woman is that good in.
For me. Or
for Jay. Like there is
Jay,
none.
his Alex question for you was: is there the bank robber scene versus No Man Land? Is there a better Wonder Woman scene for you for Wonder Woman?
In No Man Land,
No Man Land. I guess No Man Land versus Wonder Woman taking out the bank robbers.
Oh, in the 1984.
No, 2017's Wonder Woman No Man's Land scene versus Justice League, her taking out the bank heist.
I think the bank heist in the if I'm answering this correctly, the bank heist.
The bank heist? Wow.
Oh,
interesting.
And the Justice League was way better. I mean, just all orchestrated, in my opinion. It just
all right.
It
tell Jay.
I mean, if you look at an 80, if we're comparing I wish I can hear him.
Yeah, just tell Jay. Thank you so much because we got other
He
people on
wanted
the
me
line.
to say he wanted to say thank you, Jay, and this is someone else was trying to call in, but he says thank you for
All right.
calling in, man.
Yeah.
All right, so I could probably go back and rewatch, and then I can hear what he said. But anyway, great show tonight, and
Thank you so much.
it's always awesome. Love y'all.
All right, thank you so much, Jay.
Take care, bro.
All right, take care.
All right, here we go. Let me get Alex Madden in. Oh, not Alex Madden. Alex Thomas is in the house. All right, let me get him
is this
in.
his first time calling in?
I've
No,
called him
this is
before.
he called in
Okay,
before. Here we go. This is Alex Thomas. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. And yourself?
There
he is. Am I
Doing
good?
great,
Am I good?
Yeah,
man.
man. What's
Yeah,
going
you're
on,
looking
man?
good.
Nothing. I
How
just
you
wanted
been?
to say what's up, you guys, and I wanted to give my ranking as well.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
hear
go
it.
ahead.
Let's hear it. Man.
This is just off the top. Obviously, we just talked about them. So my number 10 is Suicide Squad. After seeing that, we're not gonna talk about Suicide Squad. I'm very hopefully the
James Gunn's version.
James
of
Gunn
it.
version is better than this one. We hope. Number 9 is definitely Justice League. After seeing Zack Snyder's vision, if you guys see my review, the first thing I said, I'm just pissed at WB. You guys fucked up. They fucked up so bad. Number 8. See, it's hard because I didn't see Birds of Prey, so it's got to be Birds of Prey because I didn't see it all the way through. I kind of fell asleep on it a little bit. I seen the opening and then
that speaks a lot for the film, right?
I wasn't excited for it though when it was announced because I'm like, I like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, but I don't think she deserved her own movie in my opinion. I didn't think she was able to get her own movie. What am I, number 7?
Yeah, number 7.
Number 7, I will have to say Shazam. Like I said, I liked it when I first saw it, but I have not revisited it since. Next would be Wonder Woman. Number 6 would be Wonder Woman. 5 will be Aquaman. I really enjoy Aquaman. It looks amazing in 4K. I love that they used if you watch it on 4K, all the shots are in IMAX when they're underwater. It's fantastic. But number 4, it's hard because the next one, obviously, I got to say number 1 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Just hands down, it's number 1. But between these other ones, it's hard because Man of Steel and BVS, they go hand in hand for me. Like when I watch Man of Steel, I love it. And then when I watch BVS, it's like, maybe I like this better than Man of Steel. It's just, and then obviously the Ultimate Cut really helps a lot because I remember seeing the BVS in the theater and I was like so hyped. But then I heard they was coming out with the Ultimate Cut, like, oh man, let's see what this is gonna be about. Right. And they just upped the ante for me so much. But I wanted to show Alex this because if you have this steelbook,
I do not own that.
Yeah, the one where it's like reversible. So
no,
like you flip it,
I don't own that.
It's like the different
Oh,
faces.
that's the one I have. Yeah, that's the one I have.
It's funny because they released it at Best Buy and they had one where you get one as Superman and Batman, but I didn't know they were reversible. So I picked the one with Batman on the front. I'm like, I want the one with Ben Affleck Batman because he's my favorite Batman.
Yeah.
So it ended up being he and Henry Cavill ended up being on the back anyway. But also, I just picked this up, this lenticular digibook of
I
Man
like
of Steel.
that.
Ooh,
I
nice.
found this at $5 actually, like a couple days ago.
Ooh,
And then I remember picking this up, the BVS one too.
Oh, that is
Yes.
awesome.
And
That's cool.
Yes. Ooh,
It's funny because I picked up the
nice.
Steelbook first, and I went went to Target, and I saw it. I said, I gotta grab it. I have to snag it because it just looks too awesome. And then it has Wonder Woman on the back of it. Like, look at that. Like, just
I don't got cool stuff like that around here in Jersey.
oh well, yeah. We got this place in Cleveland called The Exchange, and they have some really good deals on Blu-rays. Like I found that Man of Steel one for $5. So,
nice.
it's pretty exciting for those type of things. I had to pick up the Man of Steel just because it was $5.
You can't beat that. Cannot beat that, man.
But I see my time is up. I'm watching the stream.
No, it's all right. I put it up. But no, that's pretty cool. Anything else? Well, let me just announce now since you're on the show. Tuesday, everyone knew I did the collectors roundtable where I sit down and I talk to a collector and they talked about their collection. We get a one-on-one interview, more style of interviewing. So, with that said, I would like to announce, and I'm going to show the thumbnail now, that Alex Thomas is going to be the next guest Tuesday at 7:30. We're going to be live on the Levels of Geeks channel. We're going to sit down and we're going to talk about his collection and why he collects, and all that fun stuff that like why he does what he does and
#physical media forever.
Yes, I know.
Hashtag physical media, man. I don't care if that is dying. I don't care. I'm gonna try to collect as much as I can.
Yeah.
It's
I know. A lot of people DM me when they found out I'm going digital, and people are like, "Oh my God, are you serious?"
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
you sent me that when you reacted to my
Sacrilegious.
story. I had to use the Star Wars Darth Vader. The no,
Yeah.
I see your collection in the background of your live streams and stuff. I'm like, so what are you gonna do? You're just gonna stop buying physical media, or just gonna stop buying it?
No, so see, a lot of people get confused when I say I'm going digital. So the way I'm gonna do it is I'm getting tired of spending like $30 on movies that I see once. And it makes no sense. And it's like, what the hell? I want to put together a collection that is my personal favorite movies, whether it's anything. So if I'm going to spend $34, it's going to be for movies that I enjoy. I'm not going to buy something like Godzilla because it came out. Because I seen Godzilla once, I didn't like it, but it came out in 4K. Oh, no, I know. I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm just saying is that, but I am going to purchase it. And we are going to be giving it away to the community, but I'm just saying is that I'm not going to go as crazy and just buying it for impulse. That's the thing. It's just I'm not going to be doing that because first of all, it's a rabbit hole of doing. You know what I mean? It's like everyone's like, oh, I got to run and get I don't know Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I will pick it up anyway. But if you're not a fan of Rocky Horror Picture Show, why are you spending $34 to put it up on your damn collection? And then go on video looking like a dummy going, I don't like this movie. I don't even know why I brought it.
I have the same instance where they released the Friday 13th Part 2 Steelbook, but Screen Factory released the box set. You guys can see in my background. They released the box set. So what's the point of them also releasing the Steelbook separately? Most likely they're probably going to do one each year since the anniversary from each one coming out.
Yeah.
And I was talking to another guy that I know on YouTube. His name is Mid-Level Media. I don't know if you guys subscribe to this channel, but he bought both the Steelbooks. And the only reason why I didn't buy those is because they're not in 4K. Like if they were in 4K, okay, maybe I'll buy them, but I have the Screen Factory collection. What's different? What's the difference between each one of those versions?
You know, it's funny, Alex. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing at the fact that you go. We never follow which is Ken from Mid Level.
Yeah,
Ken was one of the founding members of Levels of Geeks, and he left the show. But we
Very
we
long
don't,
history there.
Yeah, it's a
Alex.
long history.
It's the Josh Wheaton of Levels of Geeks. That story is the Josh Wheaton Levels of Geeks.
Yeah.
story,
That's
man.
messed up.
Yeah, so like that version is Josh Whedon, but now everyone's getting the Zack Snyder of Levels of Geeks. If that's what you want to call it. But Ken is very big on
I see Unboxing just said shouldn't have said that.
no, I'm not. I don't rip Ken like that. Everyone thinks I'm not gonna rip him, but I know Ken is very big on the Shout Factory and stuff, but that shit is a waste of money, man. $180 for it. That shit is a piece of shit set. And I tell everybody that this is the worst $180 I spent on a Blu-ray set in my life.
The only reason why I bought it is because I missed out on the Halloween set. Now we'll talk about this more obviously when we get
on Tuesday.
Live stream,
on Tuesday. Yeah,
right. But that's the one thing why I bought it, because I was upset I missed out on that Halloween set. And I like Halloween better than Friday the 13th, but the way the box set looked and it comes with all the movies and alternate artwork, I just couldn't miss out on it. And I didn't pre-order from Screen Factory because I didn't care about the posters. I had no room. I had no where to put the posters, so I ended up just getting off Amazon. And then they lowered the price on it. It's like $100, $109 on Amazon. So if you guys want to pick it up, it's probably the best time to pick it up now because it's cheaper.
Yeah, but in terms of, to be honest with you, like, this is what I tell people, and I keep pushing and saying it. If you're going to collect something you want, you love, put it on your thing. Do not be a dummy or an idiot when you talk to people on screen and then you go, if I point to you, and I could do this to anybody, right, that's a collector, and I say, what is that movie behind you? And you pull it out, and I say, what is that movie about? And you tell it to me, you're a movie collector. If someone else pulls it out and go, I don't know, then why the fuck did you buy the movie? Like, it makes no damn sense. It's in your collection. You should watch the movies. I watch all my movies. half of the movies that I have are garbage, and I was like, why did I spend $30 on this damn thing? I'm never going to see this again. And I'm starting to learn this, and that's why I'm going digital. All my movies are going digital, but the ones that I love, I'm buying the steel books, like Wonder Woman 84. I pre-ordered it. Indiana Jones, I pre-ordered it. Speed, I pre-ordered it. But movies that like Greenland, I like Greenland, but I'm going to buy it $20 live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's it. iTunes, $20, 4K. It's only on Blu-ray, but guess what? iTunes added it for $20 on 4K. Way better deal than buying a, what is it, $16 on Blu-ray? Who cares?
Right.
I could get it for $20 for 4K, higher resolution, compressed. But you know what it is? We're going to have a deeper discussion for you guys on Tuesday on this topic. 2 movie collectors, and you know what? I'm even going to put the challenge out there. I am going to invite Ken back to the channel to do the sit-down collectors. Yes, the collectors roundtable with mid-level media, and whatever we're going to do, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about this live on camera. Now, it's up to him if he wants to accept. I'm going to say right now, I'm not going to go collection versus collection on the battle of the thing because I will destroy him. But other than that, I'm talking about sit down and we're going to have a movie discussion. I'm going to put it out there and let's see what happens. If he takes the bait, fine. I will sit down with him like an interviewer interviewing somebody, talk about collections, and see how it goes from there. So I put it out there. If he wants it, he could take it. I put the bait.
You heard it here first,
Alex,
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so Alex, I can't wait for Tuesday. We're going to have a great discussion. I already feel it, and it's going to be one of the fun things we do.
It's funny because I was telling my brother, I'm like, both our names are Alex.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's going to be funny. So we're going to have to try to, like, you know, especially in the comments, we got to figure out which Alex they're talking about because both our names are Alex.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be one of those things. It's gonna be AA. But but yeah, it's gonna be AA. But other than that, look, thank you so much, Alex, for joining in and announcing to everyone you're gonna be coming on the show Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. at night. It's gonna be a very fun discussion going into more in the minds of a movie collector of Alex Thomas. You're gonna learn about his YouTube channel more in depth on Tuesday. So with that said, please go over to his channel, subscribe, check out all his stuff that he's offering. He does Blu-ray hunts. He's more of a Blu-ray hunter, right? You're more a Blu-ray hunter, right? You're not 4K?
I just started doing Blu-ray hunting, but I've started do more like Blu-ray updates, Blu-ray hauls. Okay. I do occasional movie reviews of things that I like. That's what I do. All
right, so then there you have it, guys. We're going to go more in depth and get to the mind of Alex Thomas, not Alex me. We're gonna go more into Alex Thomas's mind. So we're gonna have fun with that. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining in on the show. All right, thank you so much.
All right, catch you Tuesday.
Yeah, can't wait. Let's do this. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got one more, and then we're calling it a show because my throat is going out. My throat is going. All right, let's see what we got here. Unboxing. Bloop. All right, unboxing. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Before we actually get to the thing I wanted to talk about,
okay.
I can't see you.
You can't see. That could be software issue. So you can talk. Everyone can see you, so don't worry about it. Go ahead.
That's fine.
You look nice and beautiful.
Appreciate it.
All right. So what you got?
So I thought I'd call in because I have a question for Elliott, which I'll get to in a minute. Can I? I'll go quickly. Can I quickly share my DC ranking of the?
Yes,
DCEU?
please go ahead. This is why we're here. Go ahead.
All right. Last place.
All right. Throw it to the back. You don't need it. Just throw that shit. There you go.
And then next to it is Wonder Woman 84. And then right after that we got the Suicide Squad. You know, that one, and then I believe right after that, I think I put it, let me switch it because I decided to switch my ranking now, thanks to you all. I put Birds of Prey,
right? So number 6, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think Birds of Prey is bad. And then right next to that, Aquaman,
number 5.
Yeah, that's a great movie. And then comes some hot takes. So I got Wonder Woman.
I like that. That's a really nice movie.
I got the
Mhm.
digibook.
Oh, cool.
And then I got here, I don't know if this will make Alex jealous or not, but I got here the Shazam with the lenticular slip.
That looks nice. If the if the steel book came like that, I will be all up in it.
I just wish they would have put that in a 4K. Dang,
Yeah.
Warner Brothers should have done that. But it's okay. I wanted that one more. So that's why I went and bought that version.
That was your number 3, if I'm not mistaken.
And then number
Two.
3 is BVS. I
Yep.
love this movie. It's a great movie. After watching the extended cut.
Mhm.
And then number 2, Man of Steel. And then 1 is the Snyder Cut.
Oh, another Snyder Cut is number 1.
Nice.
So the reason I put Man of Steel a little bit above BVS was because Man of Steel is kind of like one of those movies where it did have like a fresh take to the DCEU, and it like told a very good story with about family issues, and then him becoming the Superman, and learning more about his character and going in depth about his family, and the fight scene, which was pretty epic. Yeah, this movie, that Man of Steel, was phenomenal. I really like that movie a lot.
All right.
I got to get that in 4K whenever I get the chance.
Awesome.
And then the question I have for Elliott is,
what's up, man?
what made you love movies, even from this day? Like, what makes you love movies, and how did it begin?
I think it's just a beautiful medium of storytelling, man. I mean, my favorite film growing up and still to date is Jurassic Park, man. We never grew up with dinosaurs in our decade, in our century, but seeing them come to life by Steven Spielberg, and the story, the acting, the special effects, the practical effects, all that stuff, man. Just the movie making aspect was fantastic. But again, just a form of storytelling of taking dinosaurs. Again, we've never lived with dinosaurs. Again, they were genetically created, but taking the idea of creating these things that would never see in my lifetime and being brought to the big screen in a form of storytelling is always something I love, man. So it's the stories, and then of course you add in the spectacle and the acting, the cinematography and directing, all that stuff. But it's just a great form of escapism and hearing these different stories being told, man, in the form of movies. So I've always been a fan of that form of storytelling, man.
Wow, that was actually that's pretty good, man. I see why. That's really good.
Yeah, he's very philosophical. What is that big word? That's Elliott. He speaks the truth. Thank you so much. Unboxing.
Wait, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Come on.
Elliott's not gonna pass out.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah. What do we got?
When you guys were talking about Birds of Prey earlier, this is what I said, and I don't know if you guys will agree with me or not, but I think the movie should have actually been titled Harley Quinn instead of Birds of Prey, because what they could have probably done at the end was actually set up Birds of Prey, because this movie was mostly about Harley Quinn.
Right.
So maybe if they would have titled it Harley Quinn and
Quinn
then set up Birds of Prey, maybe they
Prey.
could have used that as a future DC project instead of just using it now.
They dropped the ball, man.
They dropped it. All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah, have a great
Unboxing,
night.
for calling in. All right.
Take care,
Thank you.
Unboxing.
Thank you, guys. Peace.
Take care, man.
All right. So there you have it, guys. Look, thank you so much for everyone that called in. Elliott, I just opened up Justice League. I just ripped it open. Okay. I just did. All right. I got digital code here. No one's gonna want
Joss Whedon's phone number.
Yeah,
in there?
I wish.
Joss Whedon's phone number.
It has no, the digital code. If anyone wants the digital code, you can have it. I don't care.
The digital code
This
is
is
911.
Yeah, you see this? See this? This is the reason why I opened this damn shit. Okay? Look at this. Look at that. I would never look at that's what it is. This is what that shit deserves. This is a piece of doo-doo. All right? Look at that. That's what you do with Justice League. You will burn the crap. There you go. That's what you want. The snap. Turn into bat wings. Batarangs right there. This is Justice League batarangs right here. Okay? That's what you do to this shit. This is horrible. I'm never going to watch this shit. And I'm never going to open up the Jim Lee version. This is the shit that you do. You give me shit. And I don't want people to go, oh, yeah, but you got the Blu-ray there. You know what? Right there, too.
Not again.
Not again. Josh Whedon's like, why? Why?
Guys.
There you go. Look, that's what I do right there. See? There you go.
And I was like, tell me, do you bleed?
Yeah, do you bleed, Josh Whedon? Huh? Do you bleed? Because I think you bleed, bitch. There you go. That's
Look,
what
man,
you do.
There
This
it
is
is,
what
guys.
you do, man.
That's justice for the Justice League.
But actually, I kind of like the inside now when I open it. That's a nice inside. You know what? I'll keep that.
There you go.
I'll keep this. This looks really nice. But this is straight trash. And this is exactly what you do with trash. You break that shit. Now,
There you go.
There
Now,
you go.
are you bleeding, Alex, from cupping that up in your hand? Are
no,
you bleeding?
man. I'm like Superman. I don't have no cuts. Look. Nothing at all. See? I absorb crap. That's what it is. There you have it, guys. No, I'm not bleeding. Everyone thinks I'm bleeding. I'm not bleeding. This garbage, I'm gonna put it to the side. But other than that, guys, look, thank you so much for everyone that joined it. Look, we went over by 3 hours. I mean, we're about to hit the 3 hour mark.
Man. It's DC, so I'd love for DC, man.
Look, thank you so much for everyone that stood with us till now. Everyone, we did have a drop off. Again, there was bad weather here on Jersey. So again, thank you so much. This is gonna be the last time you see me in this room because next week I will be going in my basement. It's gonna be nicely
That
big.
cave, the Alex
Going
cave.
to the Alex cave finally.
Nice,
the Levels
nice.
of Geeks cave. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Very
The
awesome.
Levels of Geeks cave. So it's gonna be awesome. Again, thank you so much to everybody. Alex Thomas, Jay Manley unboxing, calling in. Again, everyone that's calling from all over the world, wherever you are, because I've seen Cleveland, other people from other states and stuff. Again, thank you so much supporting the channel. And Elliot,
Yeah, man.
I would like to say a special thank you to you, man, because you, honestly, you supported this channel from day one.
course, man,
And
of course.
every time I go on your channel, tons of your subscribers come and they, hit subscribe, and I appreciate it a lot, to be really honest with you. You're the only YouTuber that I know that has like 10,000 plus subscribers, which you do a phenomenal job over at Movie Files YouTube channel. That support the younger content creators and put them on the show, and not many people would do that with a big status of 10K subscribers. They don't even like this, you know what I mean? Like, they just want other creators that have the same amount of subscribers or higher. So I love the fact that you always come on this show and have fun. So I can't wait to meet you in person, to be honest with you. Wherever we
Same
meet.
to you, man.
Yeah, it's
Like I
gonna
said,
be
I
fun.
love the community you're building over here, man. From seeing you from last year to here, man, has been phenomenal. And the sentiment goes out to you, my friend. I love what you're doing, and I'm glad to be on tonight, and of course more collabs in the future, my friend. But
Yes.
thank you for having me for the guests again, standing in for David as the black version of Flip
Black
Talks, man.
version of David.
So glad to be
Yes.
here tonight, man.
No, it is great. I love that I could, pull out and bring people into the show that help the channel grow to where it is now, and even help me even watching their channel to help me understand how to build a community and how to view movies in a different light. And I always see your channel and I always pick some stuff off of your stuff and go, wow, this is pretty cool. How can I translate that in a unique way, not copy, but in a unique way to the audience? And I love doing that. You're a great model for the community of the YouTube, everyone that follows in it, and it's pretty awesome. The fact that you're doing a Marvel show, I don't know, but
Hey, man, when we
that
get those
said-
DC shows, we'll
yeah,
get
no,
to more
I'm just
DC
joking. No, I
conversations,
know,
man.
I'm just playing with you. I always play with you on that one. But with that said, look, everyone that's on the chat, look, thank you so much. It has been great. I can't wait to interview Alex Thomas for you
It's
guys.
gonna be awesome, man. I'm gonna be tuning in for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. It's a 30 minute to 45 minute discussion interview. It's nothing crazy and long. It's just like a real interview. If it goes shorter, it goes shorter. But this is just to know the creator, the minds that go behind their YouTube channel, why they collect what they collect. So it's gonna be actually really fun. So I'm gonna say the last final salute to everyone that is with us live. Dallas, Cowboy fan, thank you so much. You know
man.
what? I'm gonna have to hit you with the Aquaman. Everyone's getting hit with Aquaman
Oh,
tonight.
man.
So here we go. Dallas Cowboy fan,
My man,
Jay Manley,
my man,
unboxing movies with me, unboxing.
my man,
Robert makes the cut.
my man,
Alex Thomas,
my man,
Serve Me Through Cinema,
my man,
Green Light.
my man.
Everybody that I have not mentioned that is still 15 people deep in here, My man. Thank you so
you
much
go.
to everybody. I love that you love this channel. I love you love the quirkiness. Again, I appreciate everything I do on this channel, and you guys appreciate everything and the energy that I give back. Trust me, I haven't sleepless nights, but I love doing what I do. But with that said, our goals is still to hit that 1K, and once we hit that 1K,
right around the corner, man.
yes, we're gonna have some fun once we hit that 1K, and I'm telling you, when I say it's gonna be a blast, it's gonna be like the Joker parade in Batman 1989. This is gonna be fun. I will even, you know what? I will say this right now in front of everybody. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, which I believe we
go.
will by this year,
Yes.
I will do a live show in the Joker makeup. Straight white, red, green hair. I don't have hair, but I'll get a wig. But I will go straight Joker, purple suit shirt. I will go decked out for the community. For the hell of
happen,
it.
guys.
So
Let's make
let's
it
have
happen.
some fun. Again, thank you so much. I will see you guys. What the hell's today? Wednesday. I will see you guys on Friday for Horror
man.
Files. This Friday we're gonna be tapping into the female directors of horror. That is our investigation of Friday. On Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. Good Morning Gotham is back. We're gonna be tackling chapters 1 to 6 of Hush. Batman. If you guys got the comic book, please read chapters 1 through 6 because we're gonna cover it live for you guys. Jimmy's gonna be talking about his review on Justice League, so there's gonna be more Justice League talk, but it's gonna be the point of view of Jimmy, not me, because you heard me throughout the week and even on Movie Files channel. But with that said, I have so much shows going on, but that's pretty much it for this week. And then throughout all the movie reviews, 4K disc reviews will be dropping as usual. Tonight I'm dropping Goonies. That is going to be coming out, the 4K disc review, and then throughout, I just dropped today 310 to Yuma audio of the review, so check that out over on Action Movie Guys on the podcast side. So again, guys, thank you so much. Again, it's a blast talking DC, but guess what? There's a DC show for that, and those are Saturdays. So with that said, Elliott, thank you so much. Elliott's linked all down below. Please follow him, subscribe to him, push him to that 11K. Get this man going up. And other than that, guys, be awesome to each other and geek out.